Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taci și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trece prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial. Restul voia sorții, scuze, mă cheamă propriul destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Câți din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. De ale, ce ale, nu știu ce să aleg. Dar ce nu te teme de moarte că nu-ți mai trăiești viața. Pune zâmbetul pe față dimineața. Du-te, ia legume fresh, fă-ți viața. Pune doar ce trebuie în trupul ăla ca un rasa. Niște mișcare ca să ungă carcasa. Binecuvântare nu e lumea prea razna. Alegerile noastre ne fac să simțim asta. Atât de multe drumuri eu, yeah. De alei, de alei, de alei, de alei. Dar ce alei, 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 alei.
Știi, avem o singură viață și nu
știu ce să aleg.
merită să ne stresăm în fiecare zi pentru toate mizeriile.
Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. One life, one life. One life, one life, one life. One life, one life, one life, one life. Learn it, love it, live it. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taci și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trece prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial. Restul voia sorții, scuze, mă cheamă propriul destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Câți din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori.
And welcome everyone to another deadline stream on this channel, just before Game Week 16. Thanks a lot for joining so early. Really appreciate the support. Hi Dexter, hi Not Nepo, hi Ahil Sayed, hi Herles Vile. Like always, thanks a lot guys for supporting, for joining the stream so early. Also Rohil Trajet, we're going to answer all the questions, but firstly, good morning or good evening everyone. How are we? How are we? Yes, I'm from Romania. Uh, yes, I'm using my free rating MX16. At the moment, I'm not still 100% sure how I'm going to go. Hi, MK 0667. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate the support. So is Rice going to play? Good question. Good question. Rohit Rajat. Now, again, my opinion is that Rice probably is going to play, but again, it really depends. If you want to include Rice on a free, probably I wouldn't. If you want to buy, if you want to buy Rice long term, I think that he's still a good buy. Now there are some little doubts about Rice. Arsenal are going to play today. Probably we're not going to get any leaks. But I'm expecting, for what's worth, I'm expecting Rice to start. He had some illness, so he is not injured or something like that. He's not. His injury is not that bad. Um, but knowing if I can't guarantee you that he's going to start anyway. But yeah, my opinion is that he will. Um, okay. MK, stressed about the free? Yeah, I'm really stressed. You're going to see in a minute my free draft, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how I'm going to end up. But again, at the end of the day, I want to use this chip. I want to go a little bit different. So yeah, I've made 3 transfers: Mbeumo, Munoz, Mateta to Saka, Vandenberg, and Thiago. Really good transfers, really good transfers. MK, should I do Senesi to O'Reilly to cover for Timber if he doesn't play? And Senesi is also a doubt. Now that's a good question. Again, with Timber, we're going to discuss, I suppose, a lot about Arsenal. The opinions are mixed. Some are saying that he's going to start. Some are saying that he's injured. But the truth is, we don't know. Arteta didn't help us a lot yesterday in the press conferences. Timber wasn't a picture in training yesterday, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. So for what, so probably Timber is just going to start after that. But even if Timber is going to start, probably again, I would suppose Saliba is still out for this game against Wolverhampton, so I suppose Timber is going to play as a center back. Now, after this game week and after game week 17, the fixtures are not amazing for Arsenal. So again, if you wanna, I don't know, buy someone like O'Reilly, I don't necessarily think that O'Reilly is an amazing pick this game week against Crystal Palace away, but long term, I think that O'Reilly could be an even better pick than Timber. So yeah, if you're stressed about that, just buy O'Reilly. Although I suppose that also with O'Reilly, you're not 100% sure he's going to start, but I expect him to start. So looking 5 years younger, amigo. Yeah, I just shaved, so it was about time for me to shave. And yeah, I look a little bit younger, I suppose. Um, Thanks a lot, XTI 2020. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. What are we doing with Timber then? Yeah, the shave is looking nice. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, guys. Also, I made my hair, so I also have to get a haircut real soon because it's just too much, and I better get ready for Christmas. um, Chaloba, O'Reilly, Cash, Alderete, Anderson. Spend my money on the midfield. Foden, Bruno Fernandes, Saka, Enzo, Rice. Enzo is still a nice pick, I think, for this gaming, but at the same time, I think that in the future you should try to get rid of Enzo Fernandez, probably. Uh, but yeah, other than that, good picks there with Cash this gaming. Worried about the defense. Chaloba, O'Reilly, Cash, yeah. Hi Peter, morning for Cyprus. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really good to see you here, Peter. Yeah, out of the subject, out of topic, I was in Cyprus 2 years ago, I think, on a holiday. Really nice beaches there. Um, but it was really hot, to be honest. So, yeah, thanks a lot for joining. Thanks a lot for joining, everyone. So, hi Wanik, Ivan. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Hi, will Timber and Rice start? Yeah, I suppose I'm going to get a lot of questions about Arsenal players. The thing is, Timber, Saliba, Rice, Trossard, these players are pretty much doubts for what we know so far about Arsenal. Now, again, if I would bet some money about which players I think that are going to start, I would say that Saliba is not going to start and probably Timber is going to start. But again, I'm pretty much 60% sure Timber is going to start. So again, I can't guarantee anyone that Timber is going to start. If you wanted to find an excuse to sell Timber, or if you want to buy an Arsenal defender, probably I wouldn't buy Timber at this rate. That's probably what I would do. And if you're looking for an excuse to sell Timber to, I don't know, another defender, then yeah, maybe it's okay to do that also. But bear in mind, Timber could just play, right? Hi, Richard Marsh. How important is effective ownership? Really important, really important, because again, you're going to see how my free team is going to look like for game week 16, and I don't recommend anyone probably to go without Erling Haaland. For an example, I don't know how to explain effective ownership exactly to you, but it's really important because if you wanna rise in the ranks, you want to have players who are not owned by everyone. So this is pretty much simple and obvious, right? And if you're going to have, for an example, like at the moment, everyone has Haaland, right? And a lot of people are going to captain him. So if you're going to captain Haaland and he's going to score a hat trick, or if he's going to score 5 goals or something like that, you're not going to get pretty much anything of that. But again, at the same time, if you're going to go against Haaland and if he's going to score even 1 goal, you could drop in ranks hugely, and it could be a disaster. So that's again how should I explain easier the effective ownership. So it's really important. Again, you shouldn't buy players just because their effective ownership is low or something like that. You should just buy players who you think are going to do well long term. If you're talking long term, that's the best strategy. Now, in as a 1 week punt, for an example, if you're using your freight, you could go for players who are which the ownership is pretty much low. For an example, on a free, there's no way I would go for someone like Raya, right? Because I would just prefer to go for someone like Ben White, someone like Lewis Kelly, because nobody pretty much owns these players, and if they're going to do well, you're going to do well in this gaming. So yeah, you shouldn't base all of your decisions on effective ownership. That's what I think. But yeah, show your free team. I'm going to show you my free team, but it's not over yet. Hi, Florin. Also, thanks a lot for joining the stream. So it's not over, but we're going to finish it on this stream, hopefully. Thanks a lot also, Richard Marsh, for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Senesi is a definite sell, but if I go for Riley, Senesi is not a definite sell. If you need Senesi for game week 17, he's going to play against Burnley. I would expect probably he to be okay to play in that fixture. So if you need Senesi for game week 17, you don't need to sell him. But again, if you have some problems, MK, with your current team, then yeah, the fixtures after Burnley are not amazing for Bournemouth. So it would mean I can go for any Everton defenders when the fixtures swing. Not sure though. So again, as I said before, if you want Tennessee for game week 17, probably he's going to be fine. Even against Man United, he could be fine. They are playing on Monday, I think, Man United, Bournemouth. So yeah, it really depends. And also, if you're going to go for O'Reilly, you're not going to be too worried of not having an Everton defender, right? I'm really scared about Haaland. He has scored 6 goals in 4 games versus Crystal Palace. Yeah. Again, it's scary to go against Haaland. I'm not recommending anyone to go against him, but yeah. Hi, Slayer. Zarek, thanks a lot for joining. Lewis Kelly and White on the freight. If I want to Arsenal in the back, probably that's how I would go. Yeah. If you want to go for double Arsenal defense, probably I would go for Ben White and Lewis Kelly, because I just don't see a world where I don't know, Calafiori is suspended, so who's going to play as a left back? I think that Lewis Kelly is going to have that role, and if Saliba is out, Timber is going to play as a center back. Probably also White is going to start. So I think that those two are going to start. Now again, if you want to go more safer, you could just go for one of them and add Hincapie. But probably on a free I would go for Lewis Kelly and Ben White. Hi, Wielding Shark, thanks a lot for joining the stream. What do you think of Lewis Potter? Very risky, but down as a defender and has a decent chance of starting on the wing. Yeah, I thought about him. But the thing is, the minutes in the last few game weeks weren't great. I'm not so sure if I'm going to go with that punt. But you're right. If he's going to start as an attacker, he's listed as a defender in FPL. It could be huge. But I'm just not sure if he's going to start. So yeah, we're going to talk probably a little bit more about him in a minute. But I'm just not sure what to say because I know that Shade is suspended, so he's not going to play. Somebody has to play in that position on the left wing or on the right wing, but I'm just not sure if the minutes are going to be great for Lewis Potter. Cash versus West Ham or Anderson versus Burnley. I would say Anderson, but both are pretty decent options. Hi Patrick's. Morning. I have a wildcard free bench boost left. What all do you think I should play them in? This is my team. Raya, Anderson, O'Reilly, Timber, Bruno, there's a Foden, Anderson, Haaland, Thiago. I think that this is the best week to use your wildcard if you still have the chip available. Now, if you didn't thought that much about using it till now, probably you don't want to use it, I guess. But I think that now having the possibility to triple up on Arsenal, it is one of the best windows to use the wildcard. Then triple captain in game week 17 probably. I would do it on Haaland and just free it in game week 18 or 19. Good morning, Dennis. How are you doing? Hi, Flippication. Thanks a lot for joining. Doing fine. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining so early. So I would use probably the wildcard this game week. I see that you don't have also Bukayo Saka, Patrick, Sarfield. So yeah, I saw some guys triple captain Saka this week. It's viable. XTA. I think that if you don't want to use your triple captaincy on Haaland in game week 17, Bukayo Saka against Wolverhampton, he was rested in the Champions League. I just don't see a lot of cons if you want to use the triple captain on Bukayo Saka. Now, again, obviously he's not going to play 90 minutes, I think, Bukayo Saka, but he could do enough damage in 70, 80 minutes against Wolverhampton. So if you want to use your triple captaincy on Saka, I don't think that's such a bad decision. Now, guys, on the screen, you're going to see how my free draft is looking at the moment, but we're going to make some changes. I didn't finish it. Hincapie probably is not going to be here, but he's in my draft because I bought him last night in case I want to have him into my team because he rised in price. So at the moment, yeah, this is how my free team is looking. Let's see what's going to change. Hi Raul, thanks a lot for joining. Hi Kedar, not full. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining so early. Leave a like if you enjoyed this stream. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. It really means a lot. And yeah, so we're all jumping ship from Timber. I don't think that I can go for Timber on a free because the doubts are minimal. I think that maybe he's going to start, but the thing is, even if Timber is going to start, I think that he's going to play as a center back because probably Saliba is not going to start. So anyway, I think that I'm not going to go for Timber on a free. I think that for me it's between Hincapie, White, Lewis Kelly, and also another idea who came into my mind. I'm thinking also about going for double Arsenal attack with Eberechi Eze and just having White maybe. But yeah, I need to think a little bit about that because the thing is, I like my midfield as it is. I'm not sure which. Again, I could go instead of Watkins for Eberechi Eze and play 3-5-2. It is good week for free. I know you're playing this week. Again, if let me just show you how my team is currently looking. For me, it makes a lot of sense to use the free because if I can show you, this is my current team without using the free hit. And honestly, it's not that bad. Again, it is okay, but I have just one player from Arsenal, Virgil van Dijk against Brighton. I have Anderson and Jae Minte with tough fixtures. Foden, Haaland against Crystal Palace away. Alderete. Again, I could have used some of those 5 free transfers, right? I could have sold players like Munoz, probably Mateta, maybe. So again, for my team, this is how my current team it would have looked in Game Week 16. I just think that just close your eyes, imagine, imagine, ignore that I don't have Haaland into my free, and if we move here back again, I think that this team looks a lot more better than my normal team. So for me, it makes a lot of sense to use the free. For you, maybe your team, maybe you have 3 players from Arsenal already, maybe you have some Chelsea, maybe you have some, I don't know, maybe you have Haaland, Foden. In that case, again, maybe for you it's not the best week to use the free, but yeah, for me it made a lot of sense. Kedar not full. Welbeck to Guyu, Voldemar to Thiago, Jay to Saka, Munoz to Rodon. Nice moves, nice moves. Again, Rodon again, probably you bought Rodon just because uh, you can't afford to buy a better defender, I suppose. But other than that, yeah, I like your moves. Yeah, Njae, Welbeck are players who are good to sell. Leave money to do Enzo to Semenyo next week. Okay, Flippication, really good strategy. 17 people on the live stream. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining. Really appreciate it. Thanks for answering. I'm the same as you with Lewis Potter. Very tempting, but it's the minutes risk. Yeah, that's the thing. I would love to go for Lewis Potter, but if you look at how many minutes he got, I mean, again, he wasn't playing because obviously, if we go to see Lewis Potter, he played 2 minutes against Tottenham in game week 15, 16 against Arsenal, 1 minute in game week 13, 20 minutes in game week 12, 0, 23, 11, 14. So from in game week 1 he played 68, 90, 71, 89, 65. So in the first 5 game weeks, and after that he didn't get any minutes basically. So even if he's going to start, I'm just not sure if he's such an, I mean, again, if he gets 70 minutes playing as an attacker, getting a clean sheet maybe for Brentford, that's amazing, happy days. But I'm just not sure how his fitness is also at the moment. So yeah, I would love to go for him, but I'm not sure if I can. I'm not sure if I can. Uh, Oh, well, you're actually considering going without Haaland? Yeah. Yeah, I'm considering it. Now, again, I could change. I could go for Haaland instead of Watkins. Maybe go Chiesa instead of Palmer. I could still go for Haaland. But again, I just want to go against Haaland. But as I said before, I don't recommend anyone to go without Erling Haaland. But I just have a feeling. Again, it's just me. Obviously, I want to go against him. I think that the fixture against Crystal Palace is not that easy for Man City, so that's pretty much my reasoning. And yeah, it's just for 1 week, right? If he's going to score a hat trick, so be it. My rank is going to be destroyed. But if not, so guys, I can live with Haaland, I don't know, scoring 2 goals against Crystal Palace because. But if you're that kind of FPL manager who, again, if your rank is going to be destroyed after this week, then just go for Haaland. Just go for Haaland. There aren't a lot of reasons to risk going without him, but I just want to do it. Do we know if Rice is available? Hi, Alex Conmi. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Again, my opinion, as I said before, I think that Rice is going to start. But there are some doubts around that. And if, for an example, I don't know, Arsenal or Arteta want to rest some players, I think that probably they should win against Wolverhampton, even without playing players like Timber, Rice. But at the same time, I think that Rice is going to start. That's just my opinion. Other than that, nobody can guarantee you that Rice is going to start. Eze instead of Palmer doesn't appeal to you. Yeah, I'm thinking also about having Eze. The thing is, I could go with a Collins or an Anderson in defense instead of Hincapie, and just put as a, I don't know, instead of Watkins or Palmer. That's also possibilities. There are a lot of possibilities. I have 5 millions in the bank, I think, with this draft. Um, but also with Palmer, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Again, the comments from Maresca weren't super positive. I just think that Palmer has to start this fixture. He didn't play any minutes in the Champions League. He posted also on Instagram that he's going to be back. Now, hopefully, I'm not sure if the minutes are going to go for Palmer. So he's pretty much, I don't know, a risky punt, I would say. If you want to go for Palmer on a free hit, just don't be surprised if he's not going to get 70 minutes or 80 minutes, because probably that's how it's going to be. I just hope that he's going to start, and I just think that he's a great differential, and I should take the chance on him. Soboslai or Dango on free. Florin, good question, good question. Now, if you look at my free draft, I have Dango instead of Soboslai, so I think that Dango is a better pick, but at the same time, if Mohamed Salah, with Mohamed Salah, there are obviously a lot of topics at the moment. He's going to be in the squad to face Brighton. We don't know if he's going to start or not. If not, Soboslai is going to be on penalties. But on a free hit, I just think that Dango is a much more interesting player to have, honestly. Who makes a better captain if you are to triple captain? Uh, Again, if you want to use the triple captain, I think that the best window is Erling Haaland gaming 17 against West Ham. But if you want to triple captain Bukayo Saka this gaming, just go for it. I don't think that's such a bad idea. I think that it's again, as you can see from the screen, I'm going to captain Saka. I think that he's the best captaincy this week. So yeah, I'm posting my comments, but they are not visible. Is there any problem? Yeah, I didn't saw any comments from you, Raul. Just hi everyone. That comment. So I don't know. Uh, try to comment again. Try to comment again. So for this week, Tafad Wamudar Zimiri. I think that Saka is the best captain option. Wilson Thiago or Eze as a differential captain. I think that I would go for Thiago as a differential captain before going for Eze. Eze record against Wolves is good. Thiago is on penalties. Yeah, the thing is, even with Eze, now he was rested in the Champions League, so I think that he's going to start, but there has to be some doubts around Eze also, so he's not 100% sure to start, and his minutes probably are not going to be amazing, I would say, but as a punt, I like Eze. Hi Jordan Kauchi, hi Dubravka, Voldemar Stach, and Van de Ven on the bench. Should I bench boost? So Dubravka against Fulham is okay. Voldemart's okay. Leeds are playing against Brentford. Van de Ven on the bench. Yeah, I think that I would use the bench boost. Yeah, Jordan Kauchi. I think that I would use the bench boost because I would expect most of your players to start. I'm not so sure about Stach, although probably he's going to start also. Yeah, I would use the bench boost. I would use the bench boost as fast as possible. Eze over Palmer seems like the correct move, but I really want to go for Palmer. Yeah, yeah. And also with Arsenal on the free hit, talking about the free hit, Arsenal are the best defense in the Premier League. So if you want to go for double Arsenal defense, it's perfectly fine. But also they are predicted to score the most goals this game week, and it makes a lot of sense on free to try to go for two Arsenal attackers. Now I'm going to try to do that, and for me, I'm not going to go for Rice. Probably I'm not going to go for Gyökeres. So probably it's just Eze. Reece James from Chelsea. MD Sadiq Basan, thanks a lot for joining the stream. With Reece James, he played the last two games, so I fear some rotation risk with Reece James. That's why I have Chalobah at the moment also, because maybe Cucurella is going to be a rotation. I still think that Reece James and Cucurella probably are going to play, but I'm just not willing to take that risk. And with Reece James, Maresca was really positive in the press conferences. We're going to take a look also on that in a minute if you want, guys. But yeah, I'm just not sure if I would go for Reece James on a free, because I'm not sure if he's going to start, and if he's not going to start, he's going to get some minutes off the bench anyway. I have Virgil and DK in my team. I don't know if I want to triple up on Liverpool. Yeah, probably not. Jordan, thanks a lot for subscribing to the channel. Really appreciate the support. Hopefully, you're going to enjoy the content. And yeah, thanks a lot for being here. Really appreciate it. Uh, um, yeah, I don't think that you should triple up on Liverpool. I mean, you're talking about your normal team, right? The fixtures after Tottenham are going to be Wolverhampton at home and Leeds at home. So it makes a lot of sense. And Soboslai, I think that he's one of the most interesting players to have from Liverpool. Alexander Isak is a doubt, obviously. So he's most likely going to be on penalties if also Mohamed Salah is not going to be on the pitch. Again, Ekitike, it's looking great for the next few game weeks. We need to see how bad the injury for Alexander Isak is, or if he's going to be on the bench today. Tripling up on Liverpool probably is not the best idea, but overall, again, if you have the, I don't know, the choice to pick Rice or Soboslai, probably you're just going to go for Rice at this point. Also, I recommend going for Kenny Tete instead of Anderson. Yeah. Tete, again, a more attacking fullback, makes a lot of sense also. Yeah, we're going to think about my free draft also in a minute. Hi, Luca De Gabriel, thanks a lot for joining. I transfer in Bruno for Njaya using 2 free transfers. I will roll the other 3. Good moves. Donnarumma, Timber, Van Dijk, Anderson, another Anderson, Bruno, Foden, Saka, Minte, Salah, Thiago, Richard is on my bench. A really good team, Luca Di Gabriel. I agree with your benchings. Richards, probably you should bench him, all right? He's playing against Man City. Thanks, everyone, like the stream and subscribe. Thanks a lot, Jordan Kauchi. It means a lot for you being here. Zaharia also, thanks a lot for joining the stream. I'm on free 16, so I'm burning 1 free transfer, unfortunately. Would you get Semenyo for 1 game? I'm also on free. But we're going to have 5 free transfers next game, so it's okay. Would you go get Semenyo for 1 game in 17 and then bring Cunha in 18, or should I save the transfer and bring Cunha in 17? Now I'm going to be pretty much in the same to have the same decision next game week. I'm going to have 5 free transfers. Semenyo is a nice 1 week punt against Burnley, and then going for a Man United midfielder when the fixtures are going to get better makes also a lot of sense. So again, if you have 5 free transfers in game week 17, doing just 1 on getting Semenyo, it's okay. It really depends how you want to play. Now, obviously, injuries could occur in any given game week, especially more in this festive period, congested period. So having some free transfers, 3 to 4 in the bank in the next 5 game weeks, something that I think that it's going to be really useful. But at the same time, guys, if you want to use all of your 5 free transfers to restructure your team, I don't think that it's a bad idea. There aren't wrongs or rights here. If you need to use 3 free transfers, just use them. If you want to take a 1 week punt, I think that's perfectly fine. Also, even in this game week, if you want to buy someone like Otara and then just sell Otara to Semenyo next game week, that's also perfectly fine. It really depends how aggressive you want to play. 2 hours till the deadline. Raul, you also send me your team. Yeah, let's take a look also at some teams. Any news on availability for Mbeumo? Yeah, it's a really strange situation there, because Amorim pretty much said that he doesn't know if Mbeumo, Ahmad, these players are going to go to AFCON, are going to be available to play on Monday, which I find really crazy and weird. Yeah, again, if you have Mbeumo probably in your team and you have a easy route to buy someone like Foden, Bruno Fernandes, I don't know, Bukayo Saka, probably I would just do that. And yeah, honestly, I think that Mbeumo is going to start, but who knows what's going to happen, right? It doesn't sound like they know if Mbeumo is going to start or not. So also, guys, if you have some free drafts, you want me to rate them, yeah, please send those on Twitter if you want, or DM me on Twitter, on X. Saka triple captain. Hi Adam, Formula 1, F1. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Also Emery Fam, Radim Brown. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining the stream. Really good to see you here again. If you want a triple captain Bukayo Saka, I think that's fine. Again, it really depends how you're feeling. Obviously, I think that the fixture against Wolverhampton for Arsenal is better than West Ham for Manchester City, although it's not such a big difference. I would still probably triple captain Haaland because I just have more trust in him, in his minutes. Both are on penalties. With Saka, again, probably is not going to get 90 minutes today against Wolverhampton, so that's the only disadvantage to Bukayo Saka, I would say. You don't know if he's going to play 90 minutes, probably not. But if you, I don't know, want to go different, he's going to be probably a huge differential, Bukayo Saka, if you're going to triple captain this game week. So just go, if you think that Haaland is going to score more points in game week 17 than Saka in game week 16, just triple captain Haaland. Just triple captain the player you think is going to score the most points, because that's the correct way to think about it. Hi Dennis, how are you? Really fine. Not especially amazing because I'm not sure how I'm going to end up with this freight. It's definitely not 100% locked in. But yeah, hopefully we're going to, with your help, maybe I'm going to end up on a decent freight. Hey man, I'm on a freight also, triple Arsenal attack. Good luck. Good luck with that. Again, I'm just not sure if I would triple up on Arsenal attack, but again, if you want to take some punts, probably going for someone like Gyökeres as a Bukayo Saka. Good luck to you. Hopefully Arsenal are going to smash it for you. No Haaland and Foden. Probably not. I have Haaland and Foden in my normal team, so in this fixture on Fleet, I want to go against the Manchester City, but as I said before so many times, I don't recommend anyone to go against Erling Haaland. But I just have a feeling. Again, it's just how I'm feeling at the moment. I think that Crystal Palace away is not an amazing fixture. Yes, they have some injuries. Yes, they maybe are a little bit tired because they had a lot of fixtures. But I don't know. Missing Munoz, I just don't think that it's going to be such a bad. I don't think that that's going to make Crystal Palace suddenly a really bad defense, right? Because Munoz wasn't helping a lot in that too. That's going to impact them attacking wise, that's for sure. Missing Munoz, but yeah. Hi, Bagav Kana, thanks a lot for joining. Thoughts about Arsenal double attack with Eze? Yeah, I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking also about that. I like it. I think that on a free you should try to attack the fixtures. I think that you should try to attack to try to target attacking players, and having Eze and Saka makes a lot of sense. The only problem is with Eze, again, you don't know how good the minutes are going to be, but the fixture is great against Wolverhampton, so yeah, probably that's the way also I would like to go, just with White and Bukayo Saka and Eze, but I just need to think a little bit more to see. Mateta still injured. Glasner said that they are hopeful for Ismail Assar and Mateta to be available for Game Week 16. So again, if you want to sell Mateta, it's perfectly fine to sell him ahead of Man City away. I have him in my normal team, so hopefully he's going to be fine to play in Game Week 17. Because the thing is, Glasner said that they are going to rotate after Manchester City, so they are going to rotate in Europe. So probably Mateta is going to be okay to start against Leeds in Game Week 17. After that, I'm just going to need to see if I'm going to sell him or not. I have Mbeumo. If he's not going to play, then Mbeumo to Foden or Cunha. Who will you suggest? Thanks. On a free, Raul? Yeah, Cunha or Foden. Probably I would go for... Yeah, I don't know. It really depends how risky you want to go, because if you want to go safe, going for Foden is perfectly fine. But the fixture is slightly better, I think, for Man United, although Bournemouth is not an amazing fixture or anything else. I don't see why a lot of people are having 2-3 Man United attackers. I don't know. Maybe Bournemouth weren't great away from home this season. That's true, but yeah, maybe Cunha, but again, probably we're not going to know if Mbeumo is going to play or not. So yeah, probably Cunha would be my differential punt there, Raul. But if you want to go safe, Foden. I don't know who will start as a striker, Gyökeres or Merino. Yeah, that's the problem. That's why probably I'm going to just avoid going for Gyökeres, because I'm not sure about his minutes. I'm not even sure if he's going to start. I really don't think Crystal Palace is as difficult as you think. Again, 6 goals in 4 matches is crazy. Yeah, but where, in which season happened this thing? Because Crystal Palace in the last, I don't know, if we're talking about 2018, 2020, they weren't as good as they were this season. Uh, so yeah, it really depends when those goals happened. For what I remember, Crystal Palace was pretty much always a difficult fixture for Manchester City in the recent years. But Crystal Palace, the Crystal Palace we're talking right now is the best Crystal Palace, the best version of Crystal Palace so far. So you can't really compare if Haaland scored 2 goals against Crystal Palace 2 or 3 years ago. You can't really compare them to this team. Posted my draft in Twitter comments. Yeah, we're going to move to them. We're going to move to Twitter a little bit. Is there any chance of Salah start being leaked before the deadline? Hopefully, hopefully. Now, if Mohamed Salah was if I would be 100% sure he was going to start, probably I would just go for Mohamed Salah instead of Palmer, honestly, and probably going without Watkins. Just be here if you want. I'm not sure if you're going to get any leaks but Liverpool are one of the first games played today, so who knows, maybe. Captain Palmer or Haaland. I wouldn't captain Palmer, although I think that is a huge differential. I just don't think that I can captain Cole Palmer, because if he's going to get 50 minutes, you're going to be pretty much disappointed with your captaincy. So if I have the choice of captaining Palmer or Erling Haaland, I would just captain Haaland. Is Martinez still injured? Emi Martinez, yes. There are some doubts. There are some doubts about Martinez, so probably I would just avoid. Probably I would just avoid him. Now let's move to Twitter. Thanks a lot for following also on Twitter, guys. We're going to start with Raul. He sent me the team first. Please read my team. Free, active. Cucurella to Chaloba because Chelsea manager. Yeah. So this team looks really great, really close to mine. White, Lewis Kelly, amazing. This is how I would go also on a free. If I was to go with double Arsenal defense, Palmer, Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes, Ekitike, Thiago. Yeah, really like it. Again, you're going without Erling Haaland, which is a huge risk, in my opinion. But yeah, if you're open to do that, yeah, I like your team. Thiago, Dango, Saka, White, these players, Bruno Fernandes, these players are pretty much locked in on my fleet also. Ekitike also is pretty much a lock, because at the moment with the current situation from Liverpool, Ekitike is one of those players who I'm pretty sure is going to start, because Gakpo is going to miss. Isak, we don't know. Mohamed Salah, Saga, we don't know if he's going to start or not. With Ekitike, you're pretty sure he's going to start. So I think that is a nice punt, this gaming. What do you think about Salah case? Team Salah or Team Slot? I'm Team Peace. I think that, again, we need to see what's going to happen. Yesterday, obviously, they had a meeting and Mohamed Salah is back in squad. The best thing for Liverpool would be for them to shake hands and just be done with it. I'm not, again, it's not okay what Mohamed Salah said, obviously, but also I understand why he said it. So I'm pretty much have mixed emotions right now regarding this. I'm not 100% happy about what happened this season with Arne Slot, how Liverpool played this season. So there's a mix of a lot of things, but I think that the best thing for Liverpool is for Mohamed Salah to play and to play good, and for them to make peace. Palace may be missing Munoz, but Sarri and Mateta are back. Secondly, Palace have the second best defense in the league. They have given away only 3 goals more than Arsenal. Yeah, that's true, Raul. That's true. They were impressive, Crystal Palace, this season. I think that everybody can agree here. Hi, David Nekovar. Thanks a lot for joining. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you also. Thank you for the great streaming. Thanks a lot for being here, guys. Really appreciate the support. It really means a lot. Gordon as captain, thank you very much. Dennis, yeah, I wouldn't I wouldn't go for Gordon as captain. Could there be a world where someone like Anthony Gordon is benched this game week? Probably. I just don't think that the minutes are going to be great either for Anthony Gordon. So yeah, I wouldn't captain Gordon. I think that there are better options elsewhere. Even Bukayo Saka, Erling Haaland, Bruno Fernandes. Uh, I don't know. There are a lot of better alternatives for the captaincy. So I'm just not sure if I would go for Gordon because of the rotation risk, because of the minutes risk. But again, if he's going to start and play good minutes, he's on penalties. He's playing against Sunderland. So again, probably it's not a move I would do. I would not captain Gordon. But if you want to go with this punt, that's perfectly fine. I guess you're right. Just sometimes players like to score against certain teams. Yeah, I guess. I sent my tweet on Twitter. Yeah, we're going to look also on that, Florin. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Why bench Fulham? Again, this is not my final. This is obviously not my team, but again, it's not my free draft is not finalized yet. At the moment, I have double Chelsea defense. We're going to take also a look at some predictions for Game Week 16. This is for Yen. Uh, this is another free draft, I think. Luis Kelly, White, Chaloba, really nice. Sanchez, Dubravka, really nice. If you have the money to go for Jorgensen, the second Chelsea goalkeeper, that's also nice. In just in case Sanchez is going to miss out or something. Uh, yeah, really like it. Really like it. If you want to go for double Aston Villa attack, that's perfectly fine. I don't mind it. Yeah, your fleet is looking good. Now, again, the core players on every fleet pretty much for me are Thiago, Dango, Bukayo Saka, two Arsenal defenders, maybe someone like Eze, a Sanchez, a Chaloba, if you don't want to go for Fulham defenders, Palmer, if you want to take a risk, definitely is also okay. Um, so this is your team, Florin, right? Another free team. Uh, Again, Virgil van Dijk on a free, it's interesting. Now, to be honest with you, Florin, Liverpool are looking better and better defensive wise. They are looking like trying to sort this mess, and they are starting obviously with the defense. So again, I don't mind going for Virgil van Dijk on a free. Again, Van Dijk probably should have scored more goals in the last few game weeks. He had a lot of chances, but I'm just not sure if I. Again, I don't mind it, but yeah. I don't know. You could go there for a Chaloba, for an Anderson, for Matty Cash, but it's okay. The fixture is just not great for Liverpool. I'm just not sure yet if I've come to that conclusion that I really trust Liverpool to keep a clean sheet in any given gaming. So maybe that's my problem. But yeah, Thiago, Ekitike, Haaland, Saka, Bruno Fernandes, Foden, Soboslai. Yeah, tripling up on Liverpool. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on a free, but yeah. Hi Rio, no City in free team, not even Fulham. Um, yeah, I have, I have on the bench some of them, but again, there are a lot of options you could go. You could go on a free. So it really depends. If you think that Chelsea have a better chance of keeping a clean sheet, you're going to go for Chelsea defenders. After that, I don't know. If you prefer someone like Matty Cash, if you prefer someone like Collins, like Lewis Potter from Brentford, again, Fulham have probably the best fixture. Not talking about Arsenal here against Burnley away, but I don't know. I just think that Chelsea are better defense, and they could keep a clean sheet uh, against Everton. So yeah, really like this free team. Foden, Haaland, again, if you want to go for them, perfectly fine. Probably this is a really smart decision to go for some players who are highly owned in case they're going to do well. But yeah, I like this draft. Probably I would go for White instead of Hincapie, but pretty much that's it. I'm not sure about tripling up on Liverpool on a free, but other than that, yeah, it looks good. Radu Kosmovic, also thanks a lot for um, following me on Twitter. So let's just put here some predictions to help us a little bit. Now These are the projected goals and clean sheet odds for Game Week 16. Even if you're not using the free, maybe this is going to help us a little bit. Yeah, I think that I'm having some problems. Yeah, we're back. Big Dev, thanks a lot for joining. Thanks, David, for joining the stream. Play Esteve or Lacroix, Burnley against Fulham, or Lacroix against Man City. That's a tough one. Probably, yeah, I'm not sure. Honestly, I think that I would play Lacroix because for what's worth, I think that also Burnley and Crystal Palace maybe are going to concede this gaming. Now, it really depends which team do you think is going to concede more. I just think that Lacroix is better for defensive contributions and better for attacking threat than Esteve. So probably I would play Lacroix, although it's against Man City and it's not sounding that well. Hey man, hope you're good. Thanks a lot for the question. Yes. Hopefully everyone is good. Would you start Guyu up front or bringing Collins for Rodon and start Collins? I don't think that I would start Guyu. I don't think that is going to start for what's worth. Uh, so for what's worth, probably, I mean, you could just play Rodon. You could just play Rodon if you don't want to use a transfer. But yeah, I like Collins for this gaming. But bear in mind, he's on 4 yellow cards. So Collins, he's a risk for the future. If you want to go risk save, just go for Van den Berg or something like that. Timber and Rice playing. Again, guys, I can't give you any guarantees about Rice, about Timber, about Saliba. These players are going to be doubts. Now, if you want to know my opinion, I think that the Rice and Timber are going to start, but this is just my opinion. Maybe there is an injury to Timber. Maybe there's a serious injury, and maybe he's going to miss this gaming. And although the problem also with Arsenal is if Timber, Saliba, Rice, all these players are going to miss out, how are they going to line up in defense? Because they don't have any more defenders. So that's why I think that Timber is going to start probably as a center back, but yeah, I can't guarantee it. I'm not aware, but I have heard someone saying that Burnley have never lost to Fulham at home. Is it true? Honestly, I don't know, but guys, again, I think that these uh, stats are interesting, but I just don't think that's uh, too relevant of how it's going to impact us in the future. Now, Burnley maybe never lost to Fulham at home. That doesn't mean that they can't lose to Fulham this season because they are really bad this season. And yeah, Fulham have all the chances to score, to do something against Burnley. Again, yeah, interesting. I've been following this market-based prediction, and I'm sorry to say that they are proven to be wrong on 50% till now this season. Yeah, probably. But again, I don't think that you should base all your decisions on these projections. But if you're 50-50, if you're something like that, then yeah, maybe you can hedge your bets. If we're looking at a team like Arsenal, I agree with these projections. I would say that they are more likely to score the most goals and they have the best chance to keep a clean sheet in Gaming 16. But obviously, that's a little bit more obvious with Arsenal. So, yeah. Hi, Adam. Who to change 5 transfers? Raya, Virgil van Dijk, Burn, Tarkovsky, Foden, Enzo, Bruno Fernandes, Reinders, Anderson, Gyökeres, Haaland. Probably I would try to sell Reinders with your team. Uh, Probably sell Reinders, maybe Enzo, but you don't have a lot of money in the bank, so I'm just not sure which players are you going to buy. Uh, yeah. So Brentford defenders, Brentford attackers. Obviously, if you want to go for someone like Thiago, I think that's manageable for you, Adam. Uh, if you want to go for a Soboslai instead of Reinders, that's also good. Hey man, I've sent you my free team on Twitter. We're going to look at that. Radim Braum in a minute. Hi Mamnot, thanks a lot for joining. What's best defense for free? It's really tough. It's really tough to choose the best defense. Now, obviously, if you want to go triple Arsenal defense, although it sounds a little bit crazy right now, probably they are the team most likely to keep a clean sheet, right? So again, it really depends how you want to go. I would go probably, if you're talking about the best defense, just go for two defenders from Arsenal, Luis Kelly, White, or Hincapie. Uh, go for a Chaloba, Sanchez in goal. But if you want to go for Anderson, Leno, players from Fulham also against Burnley, that's perfectly fine. If you want to go for Collins from Brentford, that's also perfectly fine. There are a lot of ways to go on a free, and there isn't a correct or incorrect way to play the free. I really hate that Rita playing these kinds of mind games. He can play his U20s versus Wolverhampton and still beat them comfortably. Probably at this point, he's just being annoying for no reason. Yeah, I guess it would be so Arteta in FPL for Arsenal to start Saliba, to start Timber. uh, yeah, and also with Gabriel, we don't know exactly when he's going to be back. So 20 likes. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining the stream. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. I really appreciate the support. What about Cash from Aston Villa? He's also consideration. But before going for Cash, I just think that Fulham, Chelsea have a better chance of keeping a clean sheet than Aston Villa. Although it is a decent fixture also for Aston Villa, but it's away. So yeah, Cash is also nice. If you want to go for an Aston Villa defender, definitely go for Cash. He has some attacking threat also. Villa beat Arsenal last week, but still their goal and clean sheet projection are low. Why is that? I mean, they conceded against Arsenal, right? Last game week. It doesn't matter that Villa beat Arsenal, and now suddenly they are going to. Now again, for what's worth, Villa are on an amazing run of fixture. I think that they are the best team in Europe in the last 8 games or something like that, because they won all those games. Yeah, I'm not sure what what to say to you. Why the projections are low? West Ham have improved a little bit in the last few game weeks, so maybe that's also a thing to take into consideration. They are playing also away Aston Villa. They didn't score loads of goals in the recent weeks, I think. So yeah, pretty much that's it. But you don't need to take these projections. You don't need to base your decisions obviously on these projections. Liverpool also are, as you can see here, Man United are expected to score most goals than, I don't know, Chelsea, which I'm not sure if I agree with that, but yeah, probably that's also okay. Daniel Dimitrov, thanks a lot for joining. Hey Dennis, hope you are doing good. I'm on a free this game week. I'm gonna send you my team and ask a question I have for sure. Yeah, I'm really confident with Villa at the moment as well. Way too low in my opinion. Yeah, Villa honestly have gone under the radar a little bit, to be honest with you. So let's see what you send me, guys. Yeah, I don't see on Twitter. Okay. So Bargav Canal. This is a free draft, I suppose. What would I change? Again, I like Luis Kelly, Saka, Eze. Maybe I would go for White instead of Luis Kelly, but again, it's a matter of preferences. It doesn't. I think that both of them are going to start, and both of them are good options. Sanchez, Saloba, Anderson. Uh, yeah, probably there's nothing I would change. If you want to go for Watkins instead of Raul Jimenez, I suppose. But again, Raul is on penalty, so he's also a nice pick. Yeah, if this is how you want to go, I don't think that there are a lot of things to change, honestly. Double Chelsea defense. You don't have Palmer, but again, if you don't want to take that risk with Palmer, it's perfectly fine. I like Dango, Thiago, Ekitike, Eze, Bruno, Saka, Luis Kelly. I like all these players. For me, it's it seems not so easy to pick defenders on this free because Chelsea have a decent chance of keeping a clean sheet. Fulham have a decent chance of keeping a clean sheet. Even Aston Villa, you could go for someone like Cash. Even you can go for someone like Brentford against Leeds. A nice fixture, but I'm just not sure. I'm just not that sure about Brentford keeping a clean sheet. But there's no probably Chelsea are ready to get a clean sheet more than Fulham or Brentford and Aston Villa. So yeah, I really like your free team. Honestly, it really looks great. Probably my free team is going to be pretty similar to yours. Um, Radim, send me also team. Free this time to risk and go all in. Now let's see. Okay, now this is a this is a super differential free team. Gyökeres as a Saka. Good luck to you. Now again with Gyökeres, I have some reservations because I'm not sure. I think that he played in the Champions League. Now that doesn't mean he's not going to start against Wolverhampton or something like that. I think that this is a great fixture for Gyökeres if he's going to start. I just have some doubts, but fair enough. Eze, Saka, Gyökeres probably are the best attackers to get from Arsenal, and good luck to you. Uh, Instead of Van Dijk, maybe I would do something else, but other than that, Ekitike, Thiago, Palmer, yeah, it's Lewis Potter also. With Lewis Potter, I'm not sure what to say to you guys because uh, I would love to go for him, but at the moment I just can't do that. He didn't play from game week 5, I think, decent minutes for Brentford, so I'm not sure how his fitness level is. But again, if this is going to work out, if he's going to start as an attacker and play at least 60 minutes, there's huge potential there, so I don't mind it. Yeah, really like it. Hopefully it's going to work for you guys, but bear in mind guys, if you're going without Erling Haaland, you just need to know that it is a huge risk and yeah, hopefully you can be in peace with yourself, let's say, if Haaland is going to score 2 goals against Crystal Palace, because I just have to repeat it. It is a total possibility, right, to Haaland to score against Crystal Palace. So just you need to be safe. You need to be in peace with that. This is the team. Um, Double Arsenal defense, I would go White and Lewis Kelly for what's worth, but Hincapie is perfectly good if you want to go safer. Cucurella to Skelly or White. Yeah, we don't know if Timber is playing, that's the problem. So Daniel Dimitrov, you're going with double Fulham defense. So as I said before, guys, there isn't a right or wrong. If you want to go for double Chelsea defense, that's nice. If you want to go for double Fulham defense, go all in on Fulham keeping that clean sheet against Burnley. That's perfectly fine. It makes a lot of sense to target Burnley on a free hit. So Hincapie, yeah, on this draft, what you need to do for sure is to have 3 players from Arsenal. Daniel Dimitrov, that's a non-negotiable for me. So if you want to go for Eze, nice. If you want to go for White or Lewis Kelly, that's also nice. Probably I would put Lewis Kelly or White instead of Anderson, something like that. Other than that, if you want to go for Foden, Haaland, yeah, a little bit more safer this draft, I would say. You could go for Eze instead of Foden, and that's also a nice draft. So yeah. Um, okay, so we saw all the teams, I think. Let's see if you got any more news. I could use some. Let's see a freed from FPL Rockstar. Um, if we're going to get some leaks about Liverpool players, FPL Rockstar is that guy who's going to help us. Um, so another good freed, but he's a Liverpool fan like me, so we can't take him for granted. He got Virgil van Dijk here. Hi Milotav. Dennis, I'm very nervous without Saka. I'll have to hide behind the sofa. I love your content. Dennis, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for watching the content, for enjoying it. Really appreciated. Also, guy, what I want to say this week, I'm not sure if you saw my post, but we unlocked, I unlocked the memberships on YouTube. Again, as I said in that post, my content is always going to be free to anyone, so you don't need to pay anything to see my content. It's always going to be free. But again, if you want to help the channel even more, if you want to help me make better FPL content, then yeah, consider signing for those memberships. And yeah, you're going to have some badges, you're going to have some emojis in the chat if you're interested in that. Now, I didn't finalize the perks for those who want to support the channel. Obviously, I'm going to think a little bit more, maybe about a WhatsApp group or something like that. But again, pretty much, you know that if you watch my content all these years, you know that I'm pretty much asking questions on Twitter, on social media, even without taking any money, right? I'm doing that for free anyway. So yeah. But again, if you're interested in that, this is an emoji I prepared. So, sorry, maybe I missed some questions. At least should be higher than Brentford and Fulham, yeah, for sure. How about Wilson to Enzo and Thiago to Gyökeres and Soboslai to Reinders? Wilson to Enzo. Gyökeres, I'm just not sure about Gyökeres long term, guys. That's the only problem. On a free, that's okay, but yeah, in your normal team going for Gyökeres, I'm just not sure about him, to be honest. Thanks, Dennis. XTI, got to go now. Good luck with your free team. Looks great. Have a good week. Thanks a lot, XTI 2020, for joining the stream. Really appreciate the support. I cannot send you message in X. Why? Try again. Try again. You should be able to send me a message, or just post your free team on my post, right? I'm an Arsenal fan, and I don't know if Eze is starting. Odegaard might start, and Eze might be benched. What do you think? Yeah, I think that there is a word where I can see Eze not starting, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe I should just go for double Arsenal defense and not try to be so smart. Even if Eze is going to start, I'm not sure if the minutes are going to be amazing. So yeah, if you're an Arsenal fan, maybe you can help me a little bit more to say how do you think that Arsenal are going to line up in Game Week 16? Do you think Timber is going to start? Do you think Rice is going to start? Um, how are you doing in the overall cup? Uh, Hi, would you go Petrovic or Dubravka? Hi, Mona FN, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Petrovic against Man United or Dubravka against Fulham? I think that I would go Dubravka, honestly. I think that Burnley are playing a little bit better at home. And for what's worth, I can see Man United scoring against Bournemouth. I can see almost also Fulham scoring, but it's about which which goalkeeper is going to make you more saves. And if there's a better chance of keeping a clean sheet, probably I would say Dubravka than Petrovic. Yo, Dennis, hi Aaron, thanks a lot for joining. Exactly, I feel Arsenal attackers are very unpredictable. Like Arteta can just play Martinelli or Trossard or Merino just for fun and screw us over. Yeah, with Trossard, I'm not sure if he's going to. I'm not sure if they're going to risk Trossard if he had a little injury before. But with yeah, they could easily line up with Rice, Zubimendi, and Odegaard, obviously in midfield, and Martinelli could start definitely. Uh, so yeah, in defense, I think that the Arteta has a little bit weaker options. I mean, if Saliba is out, they really don't have any other defenders to play. I think that they should start Lewis Kelly. I think that they should start Ben White. Hincapie definitely is going to start, and then you have maybe Timber at center back, or in worst case scenario is going to be Norgard playing as a center back. So yeah. Please share if you get some leaks about Liverpool and Palmer, both early kickoffs. Yeah, of course, of course, I'm going to share if we're going to get any more leaks. Yeah, I don't have a a lot of sources, to be honest with you. So it's not going to be a secret. If I'm getting any leaks on stream, I'm always sharing them. So yeah, overall cup. Yeah, let me just see. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I'm doing in the overall cup. Overall cup, I'm seeing that I won in gaming 15, which is good. So yeah, I progressed in the cup, I guess, due to the gaming 14 score. And I'm in gaming 16. I'm going to play against this guy. Can we see his team? um, yeah, can we see the team of this guy? He has 700. He's placed 6 millions in the world, so probably I'm just going to lose to him, right? Um, yeah, gaming 15. So I'm playing in the cup, in the overall cup. I'm playing against this guy. I mean, to be honest, he got 51 points in gaming 15, so he's not that bad. He has Calafiori, Senesi, Sesco, Gabriel Caicedo, Krupi. Yeah, probably I'm just going to go through in the next round of the cup, I would say. But he's going to have Captain Haaland, because even if he's not playing, he is going to have Captain Haaland. Press on gaming 15 to see his team. Yeah, just figure it out after 2 years. Um, My team is Raya, Timber, Riley, Cash, Rice, Anderson, Wilson, Foden, Haaland, Raul, Thiago. Pick 4, Minte, Cucurella, Lacroix. Any changes you'd make? If you have 5 free transfers, you need to make some changes, right? Probably. I mean, your team is looking great. Is this a free draft or something? Raul, Thiago, Haaland, perfectly fine. Honestly, Timber probably is the only player I would consider selling. Aaron, high potential difference. Thanks a lot for joining. Hello, Dennis. Just so many people still playing Timber, but as an Arsenal fan, I know can't trust Arteta's few days out. Yeah. I mean, if you can't trust Arteta, maybe also Timber is going to start. Again, if you have Timber into your normal team, probably you can make a case about just playing him. Because hopefully, if he's not going to start, hopefully he's not going to feature at all. And if you have a good alternative on the bench, it's okay to just keep Timber. But yeah, definitely we can't really trust Arteta. If I go Collins and he gets a yellow card, I'm freeing next gaming, so he will be back after that. Yeah, I mean, if Collins is going to get a yellow card, he's going to miss just gaming 17. He's going to miss just one gaming. Big Dev. I feel like the defense is something like White, Hincapie, Lewis Kelly, and then I don't know for the other CBs. Timber is the only one we have, or Norgard in worst case. Yeah, that's also exactly what I'm thinking at the moment. So yeah, I'm just not sure why they played also team Ben White and Lewis Kelly, maybe just to build up some match fitness for them in the Champions League. I think that also that wasn't a really tough game for Arsenal, so maybe they're okay to start. But yeah, he has 16-year-old Marley Salmon, if not Timber and Saliba, I guess. Midfield, I think Zubimendi, Odegaard, and Merino, and the attack could be Saka, Eze, Martinelli, and Gyökeres, Jesus. I hope it's Jesus since I like him, but Gyökeres is okay too. Yeah. Okay, so with Arsenal, pretty much we don't know anything, right? Um, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Hi, Rodrigo Candido. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really good to see you here. Really appreciate it. How is your overall rank now? As you can see from the screen, it's 260k at the moment. Yeah, I'm not sure why it says kilometers there on the screen. Let me just fix that, guys. Let me just fix that. Click. Probably my rank is 200k at the moment. Let me just fix that. Because the people are going to think that I'm 200 million Ks, which is not true. Okay. Should be fine now. Yeah, 260k. My opponent is 700k. If you use your freight, will you lose all transfers for next week? No, Gerard the Bell. If you're going to use your freight this gaming, you're going to have 5 free transfers next gaming. That's for sure. Free win. After using, I'm just not sure what you're saying, Aaron. Any changes you'd make? As I said before, probably Timber would be the only player I would consider selling, and maybe Anderson if you want. Hi Mona. Yeah, I think that game could go 0-0. Fulham Burnley. Thanks. What transfers have you made this week or thinking about? I'm using my freight. I'm using my freight in this gaming, and probably this is not my final team. But yeah. But yeah, I should probably think a little bit about how my team is going to look like, right? Because I just answered the questions till now. So yeah, I'm using my freight. This gaming. Show your real team without freight. Yeah, I showed it. I showed it on this live stream. This is my team. This is my normal team. And now you understand why I'm using the freight. But for Gaming 17, this team looks pretty decent. Now, sadly for me, Munoz got injured, so he's going to be a sell next gaming. Njai also is going to be a sell. So probably from next gaming, from Gaming 17, already I have booked 2 free transfers. Njai and Munoz are probably have to be deal with. Um, 216 kilometers, yeah. No, I made all transfers. I did it quickly when it came and used all 5. Okay, Aaron. Okay, Aaron. Good luck. Good luck to you. If you used all your 5 free transfers, then yeah, I would play. I would play Cucurella instead of O'Reilly, I think, and probably that's it. Or instead of Timber, if you want. Uh, is this the final free team? Radu Gavriluca? Sadly, no, because I don't know. I don't know. I want to have more time to think. I want to have more time to think. When I choose this strategy to free in Gaming 16, I didn't know that it's going to be that hard. But a lot of good fixtures. Fulham, Burnley, Chelsea, Everton, even Liverpool, Brighton is a decent fixture if you want to target Liverpool players. Brentford, Leeds, Aston Villa, West Ham, a lot of good fixtures. A lot of good fixtures. So yeah, mostly Saka, Palmer, Dango, Bruno Fernandes, Ekitike, Thiago, White, and probably Sanchez. Probably these players are locked in into my fleet. But other than that, I really need to think if I want to go for double Arsenal attack or double Arsenal defense. If I want to go for Eze, if I want to go for Raul Jimenez, maybe. If I still want to go for Haaland, but probably I'm in peace with my decision to go against Haaland this gaming, although probably it's not such a smart decision. Hi Dennis, hi Biploftapa, thanks a lot for joining. I'm also freeting and don't know wherever to get Dango, Cunha, Wirtz or Rogers. I think that Dango, I'm pretty sure I want to go for him because he's a huge differential. His minutes are going to be decent probably with Shade being out. Again, if you don't have any Liverpool attackers, probably I would consider Wirtz. But if you want to go just for one Liverpool attacker, I think that going for Ekitike makes a lot of sense because we know that he's going to start pretty much almost 100%, I would say. Uh, bro, how to check FPL ID? You need to go to here where is status points. You need to go for points, and then on the URL you're going to see entry slash a code, and that's your FPL ID. So right here, as you can see here, before injuries, you need to go for points, and you're going to see your team. Chalobah or Cucurella on Frit. I had Cucurella on my Frit, but because of the comments for from Maresca, let's just go a little bit and see what happened in the press conferences. Because of what Maresca said, I put there Chalobah because I think that he's a little bit more safe than Cucurella. Now let me just find those quotes. So this is the what Cole Palmer posted on Instagram. If you want to take this piece of information, finally back home tomorrow after a long time out. Let's make things right together. Now, if that means he's going to start or not, I can't guarantee it. But it is a little bit positive, right? At least. So. Uh, uh, um, So if you missed this, Ruben Amorim doesn't know if Mbeumo is going to be available to play on Monday, which sounds totally crazy to me. But yeah, about Mateta and Sar, it looks good right now. Man City, nothing interesting. Cole Palmer is okay. He's better and he's available at the moment, according to Maresca. Yeah, let me just find the. Let me see if we can find those. Lewis Kelly on Hincapi on a Frit. I would go for Lewis Kelly. I would go for Lewis Kelly. I would go for Lewis Kelly and White if you want to go for double Arsenal defense because Hincapié is a much more safer option. But other than that, I think that you should go for the upside with Lewis Kelly and Ben White. Again, is there a little bit of a risk with them? Maybe. Yeah, I can't find that quote, but he said something about Reece James and about Cucurella. Maybe he said something about Cucurella and Enzo, like they need some rest at some point. Now that doesn't mean that the rest is going to be right now, but yeah. Okay, so I can find it. Let's see if I can find it on. Yeah, so Reece James could start a third match in a row. Enzo Maresca said Cole Palmer remains in the category of player that needs managing day by day with his groin issue. That's not so positive. Can you check message request? Yeah, for sure, Adam. Sorry about that. Dennis, I made 2 changes to my defense: Cucurella to White and Leno to Sanchez. If you wanna see the whole picture, I sent it to Twitter. Yeah, of course. Mount or Cunha on a Frit. I think that I would go for Cunha. On a Frit. So let's see. Yeah, Adam, we got your we got your chat. Wilson to Enzo, Soboslai to Reinders, Thiago to Gyökeres. So you want to use 3 free transfers. You're going to play Van Dijk, Burn, and probably Tarkovsky. In your case, I would try to find a way, I don't know, maybe to sell Senesi to Hincapie, maybe. I would try to do that because your defense is not great. I mean, Van Dijk and Burn are okay, but Tarkovsky, Richard, Senesi are not amazing for this week. And also you're selling Reinders to Soboslai is nice. Wilson to Enzo Fernandez to Wilson is okay for the short term. And Gyökeres to Thiago. Okay. Yeah, Gyökeres to Thiago I like. Although maybe, again, it really depends. If Gyökeres is starting Game Week 16, I like Gyökeres. But if not, Thiago, I like him more for the future anyway. Before, I think that I would keep Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea for one more game week and just use the money to buy an Arsenal defender, or I would try to find a way to buy Bukayo Saka, honestly, Adam. I think that Saka is probably the best player to have in Game Week 16, and yeah, I would find a way to buy him if you want to sell Enzo. Starver, Bruggen or Dubravka. I would start Dubravka, I think. I know that Liverpool weren't great this season, but I think that there's a good chance Liverpool are going to score. 23 people on this live stream. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining, for the amazing support. If you enjoy this stream, please consider leaving a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here, and if you enjoy the content. And yeah, I really appreciate it. I would start Dubravka, I think. Bench O'Reilly or Chow. I would bench O'Reilly, I think. Harlesville, Raya Anderson, Romero, Chaloba, Bruno, Elliot Anderson, Wirtz, Kudus, Haaland, João Pedro, Bowen, Tots. Again, I like the defense. I like the defense. Elliot Anderson is okay. He's okay because he's obviously a really constant player. He's good for defensive contribution. Wirtz is a nice punt. If you wanna go there, Kudus is okay. Maybe he's also going to be on penalties. João Pedro, I'm not sure long term, but probably we expect him to start right against Everton. And Bowen is also decent for the short term. Best midfield on Frit. Yeah, Radu Gavriluță, really tough to pick one because again in midfield there are some players who are pretty much locked in. I would go for Saka, Dango, Bruno Fernandes, probably these three, and then probably I would go for Eze if you think that he's going to start. If Eze is going to start, I want to have him on my feet, but I'm just not sure how good the minutes are going to be for Eze, so that's the only problem. So Dango, Bruno, Saka, Cole Palmer. If you want to go that route, if you want to go super risky, obviously the minutes for Palmer, we don't know if they are going to be amazing or something like that. So I would say Palmer. And other than that, if you want to go for a Soboslai, if you want to go for a Harry Wilson, if you want to go for a Cunha, I just don't rate that fixture for Man United against Bournemouth that highly, maybe, that a lot of people. But yeah. Yeah, I can't load your team, Dani Dimitrov. So yeah, let's finish with the questions and then thanks. No problem, Adam. Thanks a lot for being here. Uh, hey, Dennis. Hi, Ralph Sutton. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. I don't have Saka. Should I captain Haaland, Bruno, or Eze? It is a Timber captaincy too crazy. Yeah. To captain Timber, who we don't even know if he's going to start, I think that it is a little bit too crazy. Uh, but again, if you're sure that he's going to start, you could go that route. I would captain probably. Again, if you wanna go safe, just captain Erling Haaland, right? Because it sounds to me like all over again when everyone captain Bruno Fernandes against West Ham and Haaland hold against Fulham. Now, obviously, I think that Crystal Palace away is not an easy fixture for Haaland, but if you wanna go safe, Ralph, I, I would captain Haaland. For what's worth, I think that Bruno has a slightly better fixture, and probably I would captain. Now, I have to be honest. If I was in your place, probably I would captain Haaland instead of Bruno. But I understand also if you want to captain Bruno instead of Haaland, if you know what I mean. Have you thought about Salah on Frit after him being included in the squad? Have I thought about him, about Mohamed Salah? Yes. I'm going to include Salah on my Frit? Probably not, because even if he's going to be in the squad, I don't want to risk a Mohamed Salah benching on my Frit, because that happened also for some people who created in Gaming 15. If we get a league 100% that Salah is going to start, I'm going to have him into my free. But if not, yeah, no way I'm going to risk that. I have a lot, enough risks in my free team already. Bro, my rank is 133k. Congrats, Fulham. Congrats, Football Fun Fantasy. Really nice rank there. Really good position you're in. Let's move back to my team. Congrats. Hopefully you're going to go have a green arrow this gaming. Kusa Gratomar, thanks a lot for joining. On Freight, Raul and Wirtz or Dango and Ekitike? I think that Dango and Ekitike sounds better. I feel like there are so many better options in midfield with better fixtures this week. Yeah. Yeah, but compared to what? Bruno versus Bournemouth, really? Yeah, as I said before, I would captain Haaland personally before captaining Bruno, but I think that Bruno is a nice option. Again, his own penalties, his attacking threat is okay. Yeah. Send it again. Hope it worked this time. We're going to take a look in a minute. Wilson, Chukwueze, Rogers, Eze, even Kudus I feel is better this week. Yeah, you could argue. You could argue. I mean, yeah, I get it again. Going for someone like Chukwueze instead of Bruno Fernandes probably is not for everyone. Bruno is on penalties. That's pretty much what he has uh, all over those players. Chukwueze, Wilson. I don't think that, honestly, I don't think that Rogers is such a better pick than Bruno, honestly. But yeah, Kudus again. Nah, I wouldn't go for Kudus on a free hit anyway. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, Raf Sutton, for being here. Thoughts on Spurs defense? Forest have failed to score 4 out of 5 after European game. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. If Spurs defenders are okay, if you want to go there, if you want to go for Van de Ven, if you want to go for Romero, that's perfectly fine. But I just think that on a free hit, if you're talking about a free hit, I think that there are better defenses elsewhere with better fixtures than Spurs, but I don't mind it. Is your draft final? No, it's not. Yet it could be Salah's last game for Liverpool. Also, lol, I don't think it's worth the risk. If it's going to be the last game for Salah at Liverpool, I want to have him in my free, but we don't know. We don't know about that. Yeah, precisely. I think we're completely overlooking Spurs as well. Probably. I'm not saying. I don't think that you're wrong. I don't. I didn't see a lot of free hits with Spurs players, which probably, yeah, maybe we are overlooking them a little bit. But the thing is, with a player like Van de Ven, he scored 20 points in one game week, and then he got just 2 or 1 points in the other game. So I just don't trust that much the Spurs defense like I trust, I don't know, Chelsea for an example. So yeah, maybe we're overlooking Spurs. Can't. What if I sell Bruno for Saka? I don't think that I would do that because if we're talking about your normal team, Bruno Fernandes is a nice option long term. Now, again, if you want to sell Bruno for the next two fixtures and then just buy him back, that's perfectly fine. I think that definitely Bukayo Saka is a better pick than Bruno this game week. Especially if you want to captain Saka, yeah, you could go for it. Adam, should I start Minte or Elliot Anderson? I think that I would start Elliot Anderson. I know that probably a lot of people are just going to say, just start Minte. Liverpool are really bad defensively this season. It's going to be a great game for him, but I just can't make up my mind to, I don't know, be happy about starting someone like Minte against Liverpool away. It just doesn't feel great. So probably I would just start Elliot Anderson because he's also himself a decent option who's probably going to get a minimum 4 or 5 points against Spurs. And also Liverpool have improved defensively, I think. Now, let's see. Hi, Stuart. Hi, you all. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining. So many people on the stream today, and I thank you a lot. And keep Enzo. Yeah, I probably would keep Enzo, but yeah. Shall I start Chow or Chow replacement? Yol, I think that Chow is fine to play, right? Maybe I missed an injury or something, but I think that Chow is okay to start, so I don't think that you should sell him ahead of Sunderland. Hi, Stuart Fletcher. Thanks a lot for joining. Good luck for this gaming, Dennis. Keep up the great content. It's brilliant. Thanks a lot, Stuart. Thanks a lot for your kind words. Really appreciate the support. Good luck to you also. Hey Dennis, hope you're having a good day. I'm also on free this week, choosing between Foden, Eze, or Mbeumo. Already have Saka, Bruno, and Haaland. If you don't want to go for double Arsenal defense, I think that Eze is better than Foden and Mbeumo, assuming he's going to start, right? Yeah. Mbeumo again, he has some doubts around him. I don't think that I would go for Mbeumo. Foden is a nice pick long term, John T. Rocks, so yeah. Why don't you like Spurs? I feel like they are on great form at the moment, and I don't think Forest have improved very much. I mean, I agree. I don't think that Forest improved that much. But if we look at, I don't know, let's put Van de Ven here because he was a really popular pick, right? If you're looking at the points he scored, they got a clean sheet against Brentford, fair enough. Newcastle 0 points, but he didn't play here. He was injured. Fulham 1 pointer, Arsenal 1 pointer, Man United 1 pointer, Chelsea 2 points, Everton 23 points, then 0 against Aston Villa, 2 against Leeds, 2 against Wolverhampton, 1 against Brighton. So you see, I mean, I agree with you that maybe Spurs have improved a little bit, but they are also, I think, a little bit unpredictable in terms of defense. Uh, could they keep a clean sheet against Nottingham Forest? Of course. And also the thing with Spurs defender is they are not great also for defensive contribution. So on a free hit, are you going to go for a Ben White or for a Van de Ven? I mean, honestly, I think that I would go for Ben White. I would go for Matty Cash. I would go for Lewis Kelly. I would go for a Collins instead of someone like Van de Ven. Yes, he's really good at set pieces. He has some attacking threat. But yeah, other than that, if they're not going to keep a clean sheet, uh, it's going to look pretty bad for Spurs. At least, what about Spence at 4.3 million as a backup? I mean, as a backup, yes, there's nothing wrong with going for Spurs players. Uh, is he 100% going to start? Probably. Uh, yeah, he started the last game, but yeah, he's a nice one because he's obviously a more attacking defender than Van de Ven. Eze on Barnes, long term, Barnes, I would say. I don't think that either of those are nailed players to have long term. If you want to, that's a tough question. I think that I wouldn't go for any one of those for the long term because Barnes could be benched, Eze could be benched. They're not players who are going to play 90 minutes every game, definitely. So probably I wouldn't go for any of them. Michael, if you want to pick one, probably I would go for Eze, I guess. No, I would go for Barnes because Eze having blocking you that third position for us, and I don't think that I would go for Eze. With the dog injured, he should be very nailed on right back. Yeah, I suppose. Um, yeah, Udogi is injured still. On free punt, Rogers, Kudus, Xavi, Simons, Ekitike, best two. I think that Ekitike is a really interesting punt on a free or even not on a free if you want to buy him. The minutes are looking decent at the moment. And then from Rogers, Kudus, Xavi. Probably I would go for Rogers. Rogers and Ekitike. Hi Leox, FPL, thanks a lot for joining. Christian Kolowski, thanks a lot for joining the stream. My team is Rad Dubravka. What transfer should I make? So Thiago Welbeck, Haaland, Foden, Minte. I think that I would sell Njae. Firstly, I would try to find a way to buy Bukayo Saka if you can, Christian. Then your defense is okay. I would start Chow, I think. Yeah, probably I would try to find a way to buy Bukayo Saka and maybe that's it. If you have a lot of transfers, maybe consider selling someone like Minte or Welbeck to a Soboslai or something like that. Bro, but I think starting Minte will suit my team as I'm having Romero, so Elliot Anderson should not give any yeah, goals, but he gives Defcon, so I'm confused. I mean, Yeah. Yeah, if you have Romero, then maybe uh, don't start Elliot Anderson. But again, you're not starting Elliot Anderson just for him scoring goals. You're starting him because he's a good pick, who's really good for defensive contributions. So yeah, again, if you want to start Minty, that's perfectly fine. I used all 5 free transfers and take risk. I sell Bruno to Saka. Good luck, Adam F1. Good luck to you. Hopefully it's going to work out. Opinion on starting Reece James and Njae. Uh, Njae, if you don't want to sell Njae this week, you definitely need to sell him next gaming. So I just think that you should sell Njae if you have the possibility. So this is your last. Yeah, I like it. I would go for Luis Kelly, as I said before, probably, but I really like your team. If you don't want to go for an TK, if you don't want to go for an Eze, that's perfectly fine. Wish we had more time, man. I still can't decide. Yeah, we still have 50 minutes, so I should think a little bit about what I'm going to do, right? Have you made your transfers ready? Deadline is getting close. I'm on my feet, not Nepo, so I didn't make. As you can see, I'm still debating which way to go. So, Ayananis, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Start if you have Reece James, you need to start him, and with Njay, I think that you need to sell him as soon as possible. Yo, maybe for the spam, but Eze or Barnes long term. Yeah, Michael, I asked that question. I don't think that I would go for either of one, either of those two, for the long term because both Eze and Barnes are players who are not going to get a lot of minutes. They are not players who are going to play every minute, every gaming. So if you need to pick one, I would go probably for Barnes. I like more Eze this week, but I like more Barnes probably long term because he's not going to block you from having that third Arsenal placed. So yeah, probably Barnes. Baban Hada, thanks a lot for joining. Sanchez, Dubravka, Hincapie, White, Chaloba, Anderson, Esteve Palmer, Saka, Bruno, Gordon, Dango, Haaland, Thiago, Obi. Any suggestion? Uh, I like. So you're playing Haaland, Thiago, Dango, Palmer, Saka, Bruno. Yeah, I like your team. Again, you have double Arsenal defense. Probably I would go for Lewis Kelly instead of Hincapie. But if you want to go safer with Hincapie, that's perfectly fine. Chaloba, it's okay. Sanchez, it's okay. If you have money to upgrade Dubravka to the second goalkeeper for Chelsea, to be sure you're going to get one, that's also okay. But yeah, I will buy Dubravka instead of McGill for more safety. Yeah, yeah. Probably I'm going to go for. Probably I'm going to go for. I mean, I can't go for the second goalkeeper from Chelsea if I'm going to have 3 players from Chelsea. Yeah, let's. I'm going to go for Leno actually. Whatever, I have the money to do that, so I'm going to go for Leno probably here as my second goalkeeper. Thanks, bro. No problem, Michael. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Or if you have cash, do Jorgensen. Yeah, I can't do Jorgensen because I have 3 players from Chelsea already. I already had that once with Palmer earlier this season. Again, thanks a lot. I appreciate the help every game. I can wish you luck with your fleet. Hopefully you get a big green arrow. Thanks a lot, Danny Dimitrov, for being on the stream. Really appreciate it. Good luck also to you this gaming. Why do you prefer Skelly over Hincapie? It is attacking threat. Probably. Yes, yes, of course is the attacking threat. I prefer to go for the fullbacks rather than go for a center back. Now Hincapie is going to be decent for DEFCON, although I'm not so sure how many defensive contributions the Arsenal defenders are going to get against Wolverhampton. But just because of that, for the fun, pretty much, I would prefer to pick Lewis Kelly. I think that he has more chances to get maybe an assist than someone like Hincapie. Now, of course, Hincapie could score from a corner, of course, but yeah, again, nothing wrong with going with Hincapie. So Dani Dimitrov, no problem with that. Start Burn or O'Reilly. I think that I would start Burn, probably. Chippy Chips. Bro, please, which of those two starting will suit my team better? My midfield is Foden, Mbeumo, Rogers, and Barnes. Who do I sub out and for who? Long term, preferably. So Foden, Mbeumo, Rogers. After this game week, you need to sell Mbeumo. So just have that in mind. And if you have a way to buy Bukayo Saka, Michael, probably that's what I would do this game week. So sub out. I mean, who to play on the bench? Probably Barnes from those. Is this your team? Who will you bench? If this is my team, I'm going to bench Wilson and Cash and Anderson probably. If I'm going to have Watkins, I'm going to play 3 in attack. Any news on Mbeumo? Let's see. Yeah, no news yet. Bro, tell me at last, who should I start between Elliot Anderson and Minte with Romero in team? Now, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think logically. If you have Romero, it doesn't really matter for me that much because I would start Anderson because of the defensive contributions, not because he's going to score a goal against Romero or something like that. Again, if you want to go for the upside, probably go for Minte because he has more routes to, not more routes, but he has more chances to score goals to get you assists than Anderson. Anderson is probably going to get you 4 points or something like that against Spurs. So yeah, just start Minte. But again, this is just my opinion. So just got to ask, would you change anything in my midfield? Saka, Bruno, Foden, and Dango with Dewsbury Hall on the bench. Am I only adapting if I should keep Foden? I have 1.5 million in the bank. As you see from my free team, I'm going to go without Foden on the free. This is how I'm going to go. Now, I don't think that Foden is such a bad pick, right? If you want to go for Foden on a free, that's perfectly fine. You should do that. Probably I would change Foden, but again, that's just my opinion, Dani Dimitrov. I see, yeah. Then we have almost the same team except for Ekitike Bruno. Yeah, except that I'm not having Haaland, which probably is going to be really scary. Hi, my team is Raya Anderson, Hincapie. Hi, Chandri Baliu. Thanks a lot for joining. Bruno G. Fernandez. Semenyo, Thiago, Haaland, Raul. Your team looks okay. Chandri Baliu, nothing wrong with it. Looks great. Captain Sakari, nice. I really like Cash though. West Ham concede a lot from corners, and Cash is their corner taker. Yeah, yeah. You can have them all. You can have them all. That's the problem with that's the problem with this free. So I'm going to put here Lewis Kelly because if I'm going to go double Arsenal defense, probably that's how I'm going to go. Um, I have 2.4 millions in the bank with this one. Saka, Dango, Palmer, Bruno Fernandes. Let's see which which midfielders we have. So Rice, no. Semenyo, no. Bruno G, no. Foden, no for me. Mbeumo could be here. Mbeumo in my draft, but again with the doubts around Mbeumo, I don't think that I'm going to go there. Eze. 43 minutes to think. I just don't know if I can trust Palmer. He's just returned from an injury. Yeah, fair enough. If you don't want to go for Palmer, yeah, it is a risk. It is a risk to go for Palmer. So, three biggest regrets this season. Hydrico music. Three biggest regrets. I'm not sure if regrets is the best word to say it. I don't know, going for Florian Wirtz from Game Week 1, it was a pretty bad decision, I would say, or a pretty bad outcome. Going for Mohamed Salah from Game Week 1, but again, nobody could have predicted that Haaland is going to smash it, and Mohamed Salah would be done as an FPL option. So yeah, maybe going for Wirtz, Mohamed Salah from Game Week 1, when we know that Haaland is pretty much starting every season really nice. Other than that, I don't know, going for Gyökeres maybe, probably a regret. He was a pretty bad pick. Not going for Saka earlier, maybe. Yeah, other than that, I don't have regrets because I think that my team looked pretty decent on paper most weeks. But yeah, definitely, I would have preferred to have a better rank by now. Virts, Kudus, Bowen, and Minte. Good luck. Good luck, Football Fun Fantasy. Who would you get for less than 10.1 million instead of Foden? I can also change something like downgrade Konsa, who's gonna be on the bench, to someone who's 4.2 to free up for Palmer. Again, there aren't a lot of other good midfielders. At that price, Bruno Fernandes, Palmer, Eze, Mbeumo, but probably I wouldn't go for Mbeumo. Any cheap midfielder that are good for long term, preferably under 6.5. Now I would have said someone like Soboslai, but he's 6.6, I think, something like that. Good long term. Dewsbury Hall, probably Wilson is good short term. Elliot Anderson is okay. Minte, I think, is still okay, but definitely you're not buying Minte with Liverpool and Arsenal in the next three. Yeah, I would go without Haaland too, but there is just no one to spend all that money on because of situation with Salah. So you end up a lot of money on the bench and in the bank. Yeah. That's another thing. Can't believe I was stupid enough to go for Salah on my wildcard just 4 weeks ago. I mean, stupid is not the right word. Mohamed Salah was is the best FPL player probably ever. So yeah, nobody could have predicted that he wouldn't do anything. Hi Denis, start Semenyo or Minte. Hi Thomas Nielsen. I would start Semenyo. I would start Semenyo instead of Minte for sure, Thomas. I did Dango for Sobo on Frit. Triple Liverpool looks too much. Yeah, probably. 25 people. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining the stream. Also, leave a like if you enjoyed. If you enjoyed this stream, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. But yeah. So let's make these transfers, right? And again, I could now. Obviously, I sold Haaland, so probably I can't afford to have him back. But let's say if we want to go for Haaland and also for Palmer, I need to find 2 millions. So probably, yeah, I can do that. Or if we go for a Guyu, maybe, and go here for a Wilson or something like that. Yeah, so I can even now that I sold Haaland and I have to buy him for 15 millions, I can afford to go for Haaland, Thiago, Saka, Dango, Palmer, Wilson, Bruno Fernandes, a midfield, a pretty decent midfield. Lewis Kelly, White, Chalobah, and also have a decent bench with Leno, my second goalkeeper, and 0.1 minutes in the bank. So I still can go for Haaland if I want. It's just this draft is what's different is Watkins. So now we have Haaland and Wilson instead of Watkins and Ekitike. Now, which combination sounds better? Watkins plus Ekitike or Haaland plus Harry Wilson? A really tough one, I would say. A really tough one. Hi Ayub Medabeb, thanks a lot for joining. Munoz replacement, Anderson, Hinkapie, Van den Berg, have Raya and O'Reilly. Probably I like Hinkapie. We don't know exactly how many games Gabriel is going to be fit, but I think that I would go for Hinkapie anyway. I think that he's going to play the next 3, 4, 5 fixtures at least. But Anderson is also okay short term. I can also do 4-3-3 this game week. So midfield would be Saka, Bruno, Dango, while defenders are Sanchez, Cucurella, White, Hinkapie, and Anderson. But I might just keep Foden since I believe in Foden. I think that Foden is a better pick than Anderson anyway. I don't think that you should go for 3 at the back. Is Palmer starting? Luis Kelly and Palmer starting? I wish I could give you the answer, but nobody can guarantee you that. Yeah, I'm checking to see any news, but yeah. Nothing yet, guys. Have you thought about Watkins, Jimenez, Thiago? I mean, do I think that Jimenez is a better pick than Ekitike? Honestly, I'm not sure if he is. I mean, he has the penalties. I'm going to give him that, which I like. Ekitike definitely is not going to be on penalties. The fixture is better for Fulham, but I'm not sure. So it sounds good, but honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have Ekitike because all the things happening are pointing towards Ekitike starting. Isak is a doubt. Salah is a doubt. Gakpo is not going to play. So having the striker from Liverpool at home against Brighton, it just makes a lot of sense. Now, I'm not sure if Raul Jimenez is a better pick than Ekitike. He has the penalties. That's it. Uh, for what's worth, if I don't know if I'm going to get Raul Jimenez, maybe I could get him instead of Watkins because Watkins also the minutes for Watkins. Uh, he was rested in Europe, but I'm just not sure if Watkins is going to play 90 minutes against West Ham anyway. So I could just have Raul Jimenez there, but I'm not sure. Play Mukiele or Gay. That's tough. Probably I would start Gay, I think. I thought about Skelly and Palmer for my freed, but it feels risky. I mean, Lewis Kelly, again, it is risky, I guess. There isn't a guarantee that Lewis Kelly is going to start, but Calafiori is suspended. So Arsenal and Arteta they don't really have another left back who can play in that position, and they don't have a lot of defenders available. So I think that Lewis Kelly is fine. And also Palmer, I think that is going to start, but again, there is a risk there, so just be prepared. How about Ekitike? Yeah, at Ethan, thanks a lot for joining. No news on Mateta or Timber, right? Mateta, no, the latest news is that Mateta is okay, so probably he's okay, but if you wanna sell Mateta, if you wanna find an excuse to sell Mateta this game week, you have it. Considering a bench boost, but I have both of them starting, and I think the odds of one of them not playing makes it a not good idea. Probably. For what's worth, I think that Mateta and Timber are going to start, but that's just my opinion. So thanks a lot, guys, for 13 likes on this stream. Really appreciate the support. Amazing this stream. Okay, I'm locking my team in. Final team. I'm gonna send it to Twitter. Bro, who do I bench, Lacroix or Minte? I would bench Lacroix and play Minte for sure. Quantum Bloxing, thanks a lot for joining the stream also, really appreciated. Because you seem to be pretty confident about Liverpool showing up against Brighton. Yeah. I'm pretty confident about Liverpool, honestly. I mean, they just won. They just won against Inter Milan, who are a far better side than Brighton, I would say. Uh, Again, I'm not sure if Liverpool are going to smash Brighton. I don't think that Liverpool are going to score 5 goals against Brighton, but I think that they could score 2 or 3. Who knows? And also, I think that the fixture is okay. So. And the problem with Liverpool was never the chances. They are creating chances, and when Ekitike is starting, he's getting a lot of chances. He scored just 2 goals last gaming, so yeah, I think that Liverpool are okay. Now, if you don't want to go for Liverpool players, I totally understand it. Maybe it's not worth the risk, but yeah. Uh, Ekitike, Wilson, or Dango on Frit. Hi Kanji, thanks a lot for joining. So you need to pick just one, Ekitike, Wilson, or Dango. That's tough. That's tough. I mean, let's put it that way. I prefer much more to have Dango than Harry Wilson because he's playing at home. And between Dango and Ekitike, it's a really again, if you wanna play the fixture, just go for Dango. If you trust that Liverpool are going to show up today, then just go for Ekitike. Best captain, Frit. I think that the best captain this game week is Bukayo Saka. It doesn't really matter if you're friting or not. Again, if you wanna go safe, if you don't wanna go against Haaland, I totally understand it. But I think that having Saka being rested in the Champions League, playing against the worst team probably in the Premier League at the moment, against Wolverhampton, also at home, makes a lot of sense. And yeah, I think that Saka is the best captaincy option. Bowen to Raul is good. Uh, I'm not sure if it's worth that transfer. I think that Raul Jimenez is a better pick than Bowen for gaming 16 and for the next 2-3 maybe, but Bowen is also decent for the next 2-3 game weeks. Hi Sahil, Sadan, thanks a lot for joining. Free or transfers this week? I mean, it really depends how bad your team is, right? If you need more than 5 free transfers, then maybe you should just use the free, I would say. But if you, I don't know, if you can fix up your team with 2, 3, 4 free transfers, then maybe you should just delay the free. It really depends. It really depends. If you have 3 players from Arsenal, don't use the free in gaming 16. I'm also a Liverpool fan, but I can't trust this team perform well every week. It's like they can win or lose against any team in the world. Yeah, that's true. That's true, but they're scoring goals. Even against Leeds, they scored 3 goals. Uh, Even though they weren't great defensively, I would say. And also against Leeds, they were pretty good in the second half till Konate happened and they made a lot of mistakes. But yeah, I have replied your tweet with my team. Remember, they also won against Real Madrid and then soundly lost to City, Forest, PSV. Yeah, they won against Real Madrid, they won against Arsenal, they won against Aston Villa, they won against amazing teams this season. But let's see what's going to happen. Obviously, we can't be sure what's going to happen, right? It's football, so a lot of things could happen. Common, who to bench. Thanks a lot, guys, for following me also on Twitter. Really appreciate the support. Timber, Collins, Cash, Rogers, Bruno Fernandes, Rice, Foden, Voldemar, Thiago, Haaland. If you have some doubts around Timber, maybe start Van de Ven. But if not, probably this is how I would play, right? Yeah. Who to bench? Probably I would start Voldemar, Thiago, Haaland. I would start Rice, I think. Yeah, other than that, it's about Minte, Van de Ven, but I wouldn't play Van de Ven instead of any of those defenders if all three are going to start. And Minte, again, yeah. Yeah, that's how my team would be looking like. Also, final team suggestion, Waris Manji. That's also how I would play. Anderson, Romero, Chaloba. Yeah. Again, if you wanna go for the upside, play Minte instead of Anderson, but yeah, I don't know what I would do in your place. Probably I would just play Anderson, honestly. But that's just me, that's just my opinion, so sadly, no news for us. I'm going to start to think a little bit about what I'm going to do. Projected points for Gimmick 16, if that's going to help you. Will you start Skelly on or Hincapie? Lewis Kelly probably, Flash. Your team. Would you play Lewis Potter or Joaquim Anderson on a free? I thought about Lewis Potter from Brentford, but I just don't think that I would go with that risk because he after gaming 5 he didn't get any minutes for Brentford, so I just don't think that I would risk Lewis Potter. If you think that he's going to start as an attacker, just go for it. But if not, probably I would just have Anderson instead of him. Your team, hi Batman, thanks a lot for joining. I'm going to finalize my team in a second, guys. Just let me think a little bit about it. I'm thinking if I should go for Ekitike instead of Watkins now. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to recommend you which way to go. At the moment, I have both of them, but yeah, I'm not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think that they are pretty close. Definitely, Aston Villa have a better fixture than Liverpool, I would say. What about Reece James, Hassan? I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure about Reece James. I'm not sure if I want to take that risk of him maybe being benched. So, okay, Dennis, I'm going now. See you next time. Thanks a lot, Danny Dimitrov, for being here on the stream all this time. Really appreciate you guys. Good luck also. Leave a like, guys, if you enjoyed this stream. Hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Start Minte or Welbeck. I would start. I think that I will start Welbeck because he's on penalties probably. Hey mate, hi Raed. Thanks a lot for joining. Honest thoughts on triple captain Thiago. I have Saka, Haaland, and Bruno. I mean, honest thoughts. I think that Saka is the best captaincy option. If you want a triple captain, I think that I would triple captain Saka instead of Thiago. If you want to go super different, if you don't mind it, I don't think that captaining Igor Thiago is the worst decision you can make, if that's going to help you. But I think that I would rather captain Bukayo Saka, honestly. Hi Tanuj Aurora, thanks a lot for joining. Good afternoon. What do you think is the better set of transfers to get? Rogers, Voltemart, or to get Bruno Fernandes and Mark Guiu. Bruno Fernandes and Mark Guiu, I think that are better. Is a better set of transfers because with Voltemart, Visa is back in training. I don't know. He's not on penalties. The fixtures are not amazing for Newcastle after Sunderland, so I'm just not sure. But probably I would try to get Bruno Fernandes in the long term. Tete or Anderson. Probably Tete is more interesting. Yeah. What about Rhys James? As I said before, I don't think that I'm going to take that risk. Wilson or Raul Jimenez. If I'm forced to pick one of them, Scott Robinson, probably I would go for Raul Jimenez just because he's on penalties. So yeah, if you have the money, don't you think you should get Rhys James instead of Chaloba, or is he minutes risk? Probably his minutes risk. Rhys James played the last 2 games for Chelsea, so I'm wondering if we're going to see some rotation. Definitely, if you are sure Rhys James starts, I think that he's a better pick than Chaloba. But yeah, I don't want to take too many risks. Bench Anderson or Kevin Dewsbury Hall. It's Anderson from Fulham, Harlosville. In that case, I would just play Anderson. Um, hey mate, triple captain Saka today or Haaland versus West Ham. Tara, thanks a lot for joining. I think that I would, if I had a triple captaincy cheap, I would use it on Erling Haaland. But Saka in Game Week 16 is also a nice shout, so it really depends how you're feeling about it. Appreciate it, thanks. I'm gonna have fun with Thiago. Good luck, Riot. Hopefully it's going to work out for you. Good luck this gaming. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Bowen to Raul is good. Again, it is okay. It is okay. I think that Raul Jimenez is a better pick than Bowen this gaming, definitely. Fulham assets have to be considered versus Burnley. Yes, of course. But the thing is, with this freight, there are a lot of ways you can go. That's the problem. So, yeah, no news yet. Let me just move back to my team. So, is Eze going to start? That's my dilemma, because I would love to go for Eze instead of going for double Arsenal defense, but I'm just not sure if I can trust him starting. That's the problem. I'm planning triple captain next week against Haaland. Yes, triple captain Haaland against West Ham is probably a really good decision. Anderson, Nottingham Forest, or Kevin Dewsbury Hall. I would say probably Anderson from Nottingham Forest, I guess, because I really trust Chelsea defensive wise. Where do you live? I'm from Romania, and I live in Romania. Football Fun Fantasy. Also, thanks a lot for being on the stream for such a long period of time. Really appreciate the support. I think minimum 4 or 5 goals from City that day. Maybe. Please look at my team. Have you sent your team? The real Cannoneer. Yeah, so this is your team. Hincapié, Van de Ven, Cash, Petrovic, Foden, Saka, Captain Nice. Honestly, what I would do here, probably I would start Minte ahead of Dewsbury Hall, which sounds crazy, probably because he's Dewsbury Mega Hall. His name should be in the last few gamings, but I just think that, I don't know, maybe Liverpool away is a slightly better fixture than Dewsbury Hall, but yeah, if you want to play Dewsbury Hall, that's perfectly fine. Other than that, your team looks pretty good. Batman. So White, Lewis Kelly. The name is Batman. Captain Tiago, Semonly, thanks a lot for joining, but I'm not sure if I can go there. If I have the option to captain Bukayo Saka, I'm just going to captain Saka. Hi Dennis, would you play Dubravka over Henderson? I've got Foden and potentially Haaland captain. Yeah, of course I would. I would play Dubravka in that case. Eliker. What about Reece James over Chaloba? Mm, no Haaland. Yeah, no Haaland for my team. Scott Robinson. I know it's crazy. Again, I'm not recommending anyone to go without Haaland on their feet, but yeah. Do you think Guyu start? Honestly, I think that he's not going to start. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Obviously, 31 people on the stream. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate the incredible support. So Batman, have you sent me your team because I just don't see it. Yeah, now I'm seeing your team. It was here. So Leno, Anderson, really nice. James, Luis Kelly, Saka, Gyökeres, nice, nice. If you think that Gyökeres is going to get good minutes, it's looking great. Wirtz, Bruno Fernandes, Neto. I'm also thinking about Florian Wirtz, honestly. It's looking nice. Again, James, maybe a little bit of doubts there. Neto, I'm not sure if I would go for Neto, honestly, but it is okay if he's going to start. Ekitike, Watkins, Gyökeres is a really interesting pair, I would say. Um, yeah. 60 minutes, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It's not looking good, bro. He's starting on the bench like always. Yeah. Um, Ball free. Yeah, very bold from you, Batman. Hopefully it's going to work out for you. Uh, was is the damage could Foden and Haaland do? I mean, Foden was transferring by 1.5 million people, I think, this gaming. So the damage is huge. The damage is huge, and if you combine that with Erling Haaland's effective ownership, yeah, the damage could be huge. Again, it's not for everyone to go against Erling Haaland, and I definitely uh, wouldn't recommend you to do that. If you want to play it a little bit safe, just go for Haaland on a free. We don't have picks like Mohamed Salah at the moment, since probably he's not going to start or he's a doubt. So you have a lot of money and you should just go for Haaland, I think, on a free. Joao Pedro play 90 minutes and Delap is injured. Don't you think he might get around 30 minutes? I have to play him this week. He's only my better option. I think that you could get 30 minutes or something that off the bench, but I'm just not sure if you should rely on having Guyu playing for 30 minutes. I don't think that's such a great scenario. Fulham didn't keep any clean sheet on away matches. Fair enough. Fair enough. But the fixture is still great, Florin. Luigi Ticano, thanks a lot for joining. Damn, who's bench? Dennis, I know I asked this before, but why Chaloba over Reece James? As I said before, just because of safety reasons, I think that Reece James has a small chance, let's say, he's going to be on the bench. So I just don't want to take that risk on a free. If you want to go for Reece James, if you want to go for Cucurella, that's also perfectly fine. 50 minutes until the deadline. Yeah, not looking good. Owen Brown, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Which two of these to start for me? Enzo, Minte, Voltemad, Keane, or Rodon? Thank you. So you need two to start. I would start Enzo Fernandez definitely, and Voltemad probably. Probably these two I would start. Minte, Keane, and Rodon don't have amazing fixtures, I would say. So yeah, if you were to bring Haaland back, who would you take out? Probably Watkins. Probably Watkins I would take out if I was to bring Haaland back. Thank you, bro. Going to Cucurella. James to Cucurella, Neto to Foden or Dango. I would go for Dango, I think. If you got time, can you please check my team and let me know any changes you would make? Sure, just send me your team. You think Eze would start? Again, it doesn't really matter that much what I think. I think that Eze is going to start for the matter. I'm not sure if the minutes are going to be amazing, and I'm just not sure if I don't know if he's going to. There should be some doubts, right, around Eze, I think. Salah is in the squad for Liverpool game. Yeah, I know that, but again, we don't know if he's going to start or not, so I'm not sure if I want to take that risk. Eze should probably start. No news so far, only speculations. Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. By Foden or Ekitike, Freight. I would go for Ekitike, honestly, but again, it's just this is just my free draft. It's just my opinion. You don't need to go with my predictions. I just want to go against Manchester City, so that's pretty much why I don't have Foden and Erling Haaland. Tosh, Dennis, do I captain Saka, Haaland or Thiago? I'm going to captain Bukayo Saka. I think that he's the best captain this gaming. If you have Haaland, will you captain him or Saka? I'm going to captain Saka anyway. Doesn't really matter if I have Haaland or not. Saka, I think, is the best captaincy option this gaming. Now, if you want to go safe, just captain Haaland like always, right? Buy Foden or Ekitike. Yeah. Is Enzo a sell? Not selling Enzo will make me use one extra transfer, which is to replace Timber. Enzo, you could keep Enzo this gaming. He's not the end of the world. But yeah, if you want to buy someone like Soboslai, that's perfectly fine. No way Salah will start after what he said. Probably 42 people. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining the stream. Really appreciate the support. Incredible. Also, live a life if you enjoy this stream. I'm on free if you're new on this channel, and I'm trying to finalize my free draft. Good luck, everyone. I took a punt on Malen a couple weeks ago. Do you reckon he's a sell this week despite West Ham away? I think that he's a sell, yeah, because he started also in Europe. I think that Watkins definitely is going to start this week. And with Malen, I'm just not sure if he's going to start. I don't think that he's worth the headache. If you did swap Dango Otara, who would you swap with him? Probably Harry Wilson, maybe a Wirtz, something like that. Maybe an Eze, obviously, could be an option on a free. Okay, so let's finish with the team for Simon Lee, and then, bro, this is my friend's team. He has taken huge risk, though. Thoughts? Yeah, huge risk. Captaining Wilson again. I don't think that I can ever do such a bold move. But again, good luck to your friend. Hopefully, it's going to work out for him. Really nice. Hopefully, it's going to work out with that captaincy. Nice, Simon Lee. Nice moves you made there. That's how I would play Semenyo. Yeah, that's how I would play. I would captain Haaland probably in your case. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Uh, okay, guys, it's time for me to finish the team. If you don't mind, then we're going to ask more questions. Have you decided your starting 11? Not yet. Yeah, I agree with Mine. He's so frustrating because he's so good. Yeah, he's really good. It is a shame he's not getting a lot of minutes. Palmer is going to smash hat-trick this time. Don't worry. Good luck. Raul Jimenez or Watkins? I think that Watkins, I have Watkins in my team over Raul Jimenez at the moment, but Watkins is also, Raul Jimenez is also a nice pick. Best number one goalkeeper under 4.9 millions for this gaming. For this gaming, probably Sanchez, I would say, or Leno if you want to go there. Um, Manifesting Palmer 4 goals versus Everton. Yeah. Hey Dennis, who to start? And first bench, Richard, Senesi, Rodon. So who to start? I'm going to say you my order. It's going to be probably Senesi, Richards, and then Rodon. For next game, Kelleher is okay. Verbruggen is okay. Verbruggen probably not. Yeah, other goalkeepers. Leno is okay, short term. But other than that, yeah. Sorry, I was away for some time. Have I missed any news on Mbeumo? No. Sadly, no. We don't have any news on Brian Mbeumo, so... I'm just not sure if I want to go for Eze, guys. That's the only problem. But with Lewis Kelly and White, I'm pretty sure they're going to start. So yeah, I have 2.4 millions in the bank though. So I almost can afford the Wirtz, guys. So which sounds a little bit crazy. Okay, so now I made a team with Wirtz on the bench just for the vibes, but yeah. Honestly, this is a pretty good bench boost, right, guys? Should I use the bench boost on my Frit? Um, Romero from Spurs this week, mistake or good? If you have him, just play him. Gaze. Um, you should sell Munoz Blanky for sure. You should sell maybe someone like... I think that I would sell Munoz and keep 3 free transfers. Again, you need to use your chips. If you have 4 chips available, you need to use 1 chip this gaming, I think. 16, 17, 18, 19, because you're going to lose them if you're not going to use them. So use your wildcard blanky or something like that. Use something, because if not, you're going to lose the chips. I was looking at Roofs or Kelleher. Start Anderson or O'Reilly. I would start Anderson, I think. Why have Leno and Sanchez? Surely Dubravka. I mean, I have why do I need to pick Dubravka? I'm on a Frit. It doesn't really matter. My backup goalkeeper is going to be Leno, which is great. One free transfer left. Sobo for Enzo with worth it. I think long term, yes, but if he's going to get a yellow card, Sobo is going to miss some games. So I'm not sure if it's worth it this gaming. Probably you should wait a little bit more. Thomas Otto. Bye. I hope you all have good luck. Thanks a lot, Batman, for being here on the stream. Really appreciated. Hello, hi Vukek. Which two defenders should I start? Timber, Virgil van Dijk, Anderson, uh, Richards, Mukiele. So to start, Virgil van Dijk, Anderson, and Timber, I would start. And probably Richard first on the bench. Bez Munoz replacement, Hincapie, Anderson. If you want to wait more weeks than an Everton defender, probably. I think I'm going for Watkins to back against the effective ownership. Good luck to you, not Nepo. Hopefully it's going to work. Hi Pitelli, bench Dango or Watkins. I would try to start both of them, but if you need to bench one, yeah, probably I would bench Dango, but I like both of them on a free. Thanks for all the help. No problem. I thank you guys for all the help. 39 likes, amazing. Let's try to hit 40. Hit that subscribe button also if you're enjoying the content. And thanks a lot for being here on the stream, for helping me set up my team. Let's see if we get any more news. 3 minutes till the deadline. Make sure you're set up. Any leaks? I'm looking for leaks, but no leaks yet. Sadly, we're not going to get any leaks probably. It doesn't feel great to not have any Fulham players, honestly, on a free. And am I really playing Dango over Wirtz? I don't know. Probably it's too late to change my decisions, but yeah. Is Wirtz a better pick than Bruno Fernandes this gaming? Maybe, probably, but I don't know. Would you bench Bruno, guys? Would you bench Bruno for Wirtz? Good luck, Dennis Boy. Thanks a lot. Good luck, Biplov. Cucurella versus Chaloba. I'm picking Chaloba just because I'm fearing maybe we can see a rest for Cucurella or Reece James. Any leaks? No leaks yet. Well, I copied you, but I got Cuckoo instead of. If it doesn't go well, I'll be dropping a message. Hopefully, it's going to go well for everyone, right? Last minute, stressing deadline. Yeah. I wish I had the balls to just pick Wirtz instead of Bruno Fernandes. Ekitike starts. Ekitike starts, guys. If anyone had some good luck, Dennis. Have a good one. Thanks a lot. Whoa, my team wasn't safe, so we were really close to a disaster. But now it's okay. Yeah, crazy team for me. Crazy team. If you're not going to hear from me after this gaming, you know why. Because my rank was destroyed. So if this is going to be goodbye, it was a pleasure, guys. Thanks a lot for being here. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty weird gaming. Hopefully, it's going to work. Yeah. No news. Just Ekitike starting. All the best, bro. Thanks a lot, Football Fan Fantasy. Thanks a lot for being here. Wilson or Dango? Dango for me. Good luck, Dennis. Have a good one. Thanks a lot, Ibrahim. Ali, thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciated. I think that we are locked in. Thanks, man. Very nervous now. Yeah. Yeah, very nervous. I think that we are locked in, right? Yeah. I'm really curious to see which team was safe for me. Hopefully this one. Crazy. Whew. This was a tough one. This was the toughest deadline stream probably. Uh, it is what it is. I'm going for Palmer, going for Ekitike Watkins. Probably Haaland is just going to smash it, right? And my rank is going to be destroyed, but yeah, let's see. We're going to stay here also after the deadline. Let's see how the teams are going to look for the first games. Wilson and Eze brace loading, probably. Start one Lacroix, Esteve Alderete. I would start Lacroix, probably Soccer, although it's not a big difference. All the best. Thanks a lot, Erzab. Dennis, keep the good work up. You're doing a great job. Thanks a lot, Patrick. Sarfi, thanks a lot, guys, for being here on the stream. Your support was truly amazing today, especially. Really appreciate it. Really enjoyed this one. Stream till lineups out. Yeah, we're going to stream. We're going to stream for at least 20-30 minutes more. Now at least it is what it is. We're locked in. We don't need to be stressed anymore. It is what it is. Palmer catching another injury. I mean, if one of my players somehow is going to miss out completely, I'm happy that I have Florian Wirtz first on my bench, which is really funny. Crystal Palace, all hope on you. Yeah, Crystal Palace, I'm your biggest fan. Although I hated them because they won against Liverpool every time they get us this season. I also only have Tete on bench. Yeah, it's crazy. To make you feel better, I think going against Fulham players is fine based on the stats I've seen. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. I hope you have a successful free. Thanks a lot, Batman. Really appreciated your support this season. Uh, this live stream, sorry. What's the best rank we have, guys? Yeah, yeah, guys. Please drop your ranks. Let's see who's the best ranked here in the chat. Are you willing the Liverpool goalkeeper kit? Yeah. Just got this one as a nice little gift from myself for Christmas. So yeah, I really like this one. I really like all the kits this season for Liverpool. It is such a shame that we are that bad this season because the kits are just amazing. Hoping both João Pedro and Wirtz will start. So Florin is ranked number 1 in the world. Congrats, Florin. That's amazing. Just a second, guys. Let me just post my team on. This is me probably. After this gaming is going to be finished. I was like 1.1 million 3 gamings ago. Nice rank, Florin. Nice rank. Which kit do you like the best? I like the green on the third kit very much. Yeah, I like that one. The thing is, I wanted to buy that one, but they didn't have the long sleeve version uh, for my size. And I keep waiting, and I'm still going to wait. If not, I'm just going to buy the green one at the end of the season, uh, the short version. But I really wanted the long sleeve version. That's also my favorite one. Not Nepo. Nice comeback. 1.5 millions. That is why I went with no Haaland. Good luck, Batman. It's not bad. 400k is not bad, Ibrahim Ayali. It is a pretty crazy season, honestly, and it's still early. I mean, you can get a better rank anyway. Thanks to Foden and Bruno. Yeah. Foden and Bruno were good transfers for me. Honestly, they helped me a lot. They helped a lot my rank. Yeah, same. The long sleeve is really cool. Yeah, I keep asking the support from LFC shop if any one of those people are watching the stream, please get back the long sleeve version for the third kit. I really want to buy it. I keep asking them, and they don't know if it's going to be ever available again. Uh, but yeah, really like that one. Last year I finished top for 40k. Hopefully we get there again. Nice, Ibrahim. Uh, yeah, last season was my best season ever in FPL. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be close to that rank again. 4K was amazing last season. At some points, I was really close to get top inside 1K last season, which was amazing. But yeah, hopefully we get there sometime soon, right? I'm only 1.4 millions. Still time to catch up. Still time to catch up. Don't worry too much, guys, about rank. If you're happy with your team, yeah, you're going to get better. Let's see what's going on Twitter. Freed, another Freed active. Whoa, triple Man United attack. Okay. So am I not the only one without Haaland apparently? Was 2 million a few weeks ago thanks to Bruno and Foden. Yeah, Bruno and Foden, great options. Really happy that I bought him in Game Week 15. Foden is rising like crazy. Honestly, I think that because of these 5 free transfers we got from FPL, they should have put some limitations on players rising and dropping because it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And that's just not me saying that because I'm using my free and I'm just looking at my team falling apart. My normal team falling apart. Um, so yeah, I think that they should have put some limitations because everyone is using 5 free transfers this game week, and the price. I mean, Foden rising in price 0.7 millions in 1 week or something like that is just too much. I think. Yeah, everyone on Twitter is obviously captaining Saka, but other than that, I still think that Haaland is going to be the most captain player overall. A lot of people also using a lot of transfers. Also, FPL Raptor is playing Dubravka this game week. Soboslai, a lot of love from for Soboslai this game week after he scored the penalty in the Champions League. Um, A lot of people using. I'm really happy I'm going to have 5 free transfers next game. Now, obviously, I have to sell Njay and Munoz, so basically, I have just 3 free transfers next gaming. I just need to figure it out which players I'm going to buy. Let's see what Andy did. So he bought Foden after all. 0.7 watt, that's crazy. Yeah, I think that he rose in price. 0.7. Now I'm not sure if it's in 1 week. I'm pretty sure this week Foden got 0.3 because that's the maximum you can rise in 1 week, and another 0.3 last week. So let's say 2 weeks time. But Foden, yeah, he was 8 millions and now he's close to 9, I think. I don't even know what's the price of Foden. Yeah, mine too. Caicedo and Mateta price drops are killing me. Yeah, I mean Mateta, if he's going to be fit, probably I'm just going to keep him for one more game week against Leeds in game week 17. And then yeah, I'm going to figure it out. Probably just sell him to Guyu. Or maybe an Isak, maybe an Ekitike, let's see. But yeah, on Twitter pretty much everyone is captaining Bukayo Saka, which yeah, it feels great. Okay, Harry bought Semenyo again. Interesting. Ben Krenlin. Also, if you don't know him, follow him on Twitter. He's helping us with the blanks, doubles. He's going to be really useful in the second part of the season, and he's also an amazing FPL manager anyway. So, um, Shade, Kunia, Tarkovsky to Soboslai, Saka, Van den Berg. Nice, nice. Senesi and Semenyo also are dropping tonight. Gladly that I don't have any of those. 21 people on the live stream still. Thanks a lot, guys, for being still here. Mateta for Bone after gaming 17 looks great. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, same. That was my plan to hold for Leeds. Yeah, my team. Now I don't think that I can show you my team because probably the site is not going to work. I mean, yeah, we still have this here, so I'm not going to refresh it. This is my team for gaming 17. I need to have, maybe I need to buy some Arsenal players, but I'm going to sell Njai and Munoz, and I have 2.2 millions in the bank also. So real quick, I could just buy Semenyo for 1 week, but also my starting 11 is looking pretty decent despite the defense. The defense is not great. I hope that Munoz wasn't getting injured. It would have been amazing to play him against Leeds, but it is what it is. I'm going to need to buy a defender. So defenders, probably O'Reilly, the defender who comes into my mind at the moment. Ainier is going to go to AFCON, West Ham at home. Maybe are the transfers I'm going to do, and probably I'm going to play Virgil van Dijk instead of Rodon. And yeah, mostly at the moment, this is how my team is going to look like for gaming 17 with using 2 free transfers. So yeah, the team is looking good, honestly. Hopefully no injuries are going to occur. Rice, Foden, and all in for Mateta, Chaka, and Semenyo. I don't know who's Rual, but yeah. Okay, so we should get the lineups, right? It's time. Mohamed Salah on the bench. Let's see. Weird starts, of course. Brighton. Welbeck is not starting. Sorry. There was a guy in the chat who I recommended him to start Welbeck over Minte, and apparently he's on the bench. I'm really sorry about that, honestly. Um, Isak, Mohamed Salah on the bench. Oh, shoot. Um, Soboslai. So Kerkez, Konate, Van Dijk, Gomez at right back again. Soboslai, McAllister, Jones. Interesting. So McAllister, Jones, Gravenberg, and Wirtz. Ekitike is going to be the striker, but other than that, yeah, Wirtz is going to play on the left wing or on the right wing, probably. And I would say Soboslai maybe is going to play as a winger, which is great for anyone who bought Soboslai, I would say. Um, but yeah, Palmer starts. Okay, nice. I forgot about I forgot about Chelsea. So Palmer is starting. Nice, nice. Let's go. Let's go. Are people really transferring out Timber? Probably, yeah. Um, I changed my team in FPL Hub and almost forgot to change it in FPL. Okay, as a result, I only had 3 minutes to set up my free team. Yeah, yeah. Make sure you change your team in um, the fantasy app before changing it in Fantasy Football Hub. Yeah, Palmer is starting. James and Cucurella also, both of them are starting. Now, I wish I had them on my free, but at least Chaloba is still starting. So who knows? Who's to say Chaloba can get 2 goals, right? Hopefully he doesn't get injured in the warm-up. I mean, hopefully he's going to get good minutes, because if Palmer is going to get 50 minutes, I much rather prefer for him to not start at all, honestly. Nice. Nice, nice. I'm not sure which formation are Liverpool going to play though. Liverpool honestly have pretty decent substitutions, right? Super subs. Mohamed Salah, Alexander Isak. It's looking good. It's looking good. Soboslai is on penalties also until Mohamed Salah is going to came in. Yeah, I made a poll on Twitter before starting the stream, and yeah, at the end of the day, I ended up on this combination with Lewis Kelly and Watkins rather than Collins Eze. But yeah, let's see how the swings are going to be. So can we see something like this for Liverpool? Interesting. Interesting. We don't have any wingers. We don't have any wingers for this game. It's like Liverpool played in the last part of the game against Inter Milan, I think, something of that formation. Hopefully that's good news for Ekitike though. McAllister attacking mid, maybe. Yeah, yeah. I mean, McAllister was playing in the 10 against Inter Milan in the first half. Now, I would have preferred Beats to play there, but let's see. I mean, Curtis Jones played also great against Inter, so I don't mind him at all. That's good for Kerkez though. No one getting in his way now. Yeah, probably. Wirtz, left wing, Sobo right wing, I think. Yeah, that's also how I see it. Sobos like would play there. Interesting, really interesting. Um Hopefully they are going to bomb uh, Hugo Ekitike, Soboslai, and Wirtz. Review my team. Hi, Dev Modi. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really good to see you here. Raya Hincapi, Anderson, Burn, Saka, Pedro Neto, Semenyo, Foden. Now, let me just see. Is Neto starting for Chelsea? I missed that. I think that he is starting, right? Yeah, so Neto is starting. You're good. You're good, Dev Modi. Nice. Semenyo, Foden, Haaland, Thiago, Voltemad. You have a pretty decent team. Dev Modi, Raya Hincapie, nice. Anderson, Burn. Yeah, for this gaming 16, it's a really good team. It's a really good team. Uh, Again, if I'm going to look to see what can you improve in the future, maybe, I don't know, maybe at some point, maybe to sell Voltemad, Pedro Neto, and Anderson after the good short-term fixtures, but your team is okay. My free team, Dubravka, Anderson, Hincapie, O'Reilly, Saka captain, nice, Fernandes, Semenyo, Foden, Rice, Haaland, Thiago. Nice, Beach Cove. Good luck with your fleet. Hopefully, it's going to work out for you. I'm not sure if Rice would be a player I would have included personally on my fleet, but good luck. Good luck. Your team is looking great. Palmer and João Pedro should be good for us. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, that's going to be the case. Yeah, hopefully that's going to be the case. Um, yeah, I think that that's it, guys. If you have any more questions, I'm going to stay here for 2-3 minutes. If not, please leave a like on your way out. Good luck this gaming. Hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying this content. And yeah, I'm going to have more content coming up your way for the next until the season ends, pretty much. So yeah, thanks a lot for your support. It really means a lot. Every like, every comment on my videos, it really helps a lot. Now, there YouTube have a new feature, the hype button. So if you want to hype some videos in the future, that would be really much appreciated. It's looking like it's a feature for the smaller YouTube channels to try to uh, get them more in the spotlight, let's say. So yeah, if you have the hype button possibility, uh, and if you enjoy obviously the video, please consider using it. Should I replace Chaloba or Richards for O'Reilly? Uh, yeah, let me just check a little bit the fixtures for Chelsea. So for Chelsea, it's Everton, then it's Newcastle, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Man City. Probably I would sell Chaloba probably in Game Week 17. Yeah, that's what I would do, I think. So and for O'Reilly, yeah, I think Kerkez would have been a good pick on free hit if we knew the team. Probably, but again, I'm just not sure about Liverpool keeping a clean sheet. Although they have improved, I have to give this to Arne Slot. They have improved a little bit defensive wise. We can see some improvements. Yeah. Again, it would have been nice to have players from Liverpool like Frimpong, Kerkez, Bradley. But even you see Bradley is benched, so Gomez is starting as a right back. So it's just really unpredictable. Um, Yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for being here on the stream. I think that this was the best stream I had this season. A lot of people watching this stream. Really appreciate all the support. It really means a lot. I think that I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to find something to eat and then just watch Liverpool. Hopefully, we're going to see the good Liverpool play today. So yeah, thanks a lot for being here on the stream. As I said before, thanks a lot again for helping me achieve memberships on YouTube. If you haven't been here on the stream, now we have memberships available. So if you want to support the channel even more, if you are in that position, obviously, to support the channel, check the memberships. You're going to have obviously priority to comments. I tried to answer all the answers always, so you don't need to pay for me to have the content. My content is always going to be free, all of it. But I'm trying to find also some ways to reward those who want to support the channel even more. So yeah, check the memberships. If you're in a position to help the channel, it would be really, really much appreciated, and I really thank you. Other than that, leave a like, watch my channel in the future. Thank you for the help on the free. Thank you a lot, not Nepo, for your help on a free, because honestly, I just at the moment I'm not sure if this is going to be a disaster or not. But at the end of the day, it's a free. I wanted to go a little bit different. Let's see, let's see. It could go super nice, right? It is free, so let's look at the bright part. See you on the next week. Yeah, see you next week, not Nepo. Bichoki, Ahil Sayed, Dev Modi, Florin, everyone who was here on the stream, Erzeb, Batman, Raul. Probably I forgot to mention someone, but yeah, see you next time, guys. Good luck this game week and have a nice weekend, and yeah, good evening. Bye.